everybody. Welcome to King Talk. We're going to the crew. We got Mr. Shannon Rawls in Whites, Rev Smooth, Darwin McPherson, Beard the Poet, Hink, Sweeney, me, myself, and Lapeef. Yeah, what's going on? Gentlemen, welcome to King Talk. How y'all doing? Y'all good?
Yes, sir. Woke up this meat. That's all I can ask for. Family, I love it. I definitely blast for.
Man,
your mic chop.
Your mic sound choppy, man.
What about now? In the water, man. Told you about shooting podcasts on the toilet. So I woke up this meat. That's all I can ask for. Family, I love it. I definitely blast for. I was freestyling for
I think you might got to go back out and come back in, or either you can correct it. Sounds static. Well, why you getting that?
How's everybody weekend?
Weekend was amazing, man. What's today? Tuesday? The week flying by already.
Hey, Bruiser, real quick. First off, I'm gonna need you to fix your teeth.
Hey, look, my teeth fucked up too, and I had the nerve to talk shit about his. I'm fixing mine though. I just ain't had the time to do it.
That shit was fucking comedy, man.
You know, hey, yeah, you know, Ali clip everything, but he ain't clip my shit though, because you know I was shooting from goddamn half court out that bitch.
Oh, he gonna clip that shit. That shit was fucking comedy.
Hold on, so all y'all must have heard that shit, huh?
We don't have no idea what you're talking about.
I didn't even see it. I missed something.
What about now? Hold on, Trev ain't y'all ain't watch it?
Watch what? When was it?
Bruiser was with Ali.
White, keep talking for a second, White.
I said I woke up as me. That's all I can ask for, family.
Nah,
yeah, bro, you chopping.
No, son. That shit real bad.
You woke up with the jacked up internet this morning, man.
I want to use your headset, bro.
Chicago Rilla, what's going on, player?
Yeah, I don't know. Something happening with the mic, man. I'm not sure if you got the. Let me see. Maybe you got the noise cancellation on.
Yeah, I definitely do.
All right, try it now.
Yo.
Nah. What about right now? Go ahead.
What can I say to make you see how the fuck I feel? To make me want to jump off of the ledge. I'm tired stuff for seconds, get a shot up on the ledge and tell it to candle to get blown off to the head. So tell me what he said. Retaliate will lead the repercussion. I feel the reefer rushing and going through things like it's a wicked stick. Is it working?
It's not chopping, but it's low.
Hold on, let me see if I can correct it, Mark. I got you.
All right.
All right, try it now.
I don't mean to sound bogus or nothing of us, but it's the bar when I be having a lady.
Oh, damn.
When I'm freaking in the tub with him. Submission
that's his internet connection. He needs to restart his router.
Let me see.
Over here trying to rap Twister lyrics and whatnot.
Yeah, he hit him with an adrenaline rush on Sweeney.
Feel like a bloody and bloody love, but still wouldn't leave a bloody glove. So start the truck up, let's be the fuck up. You ain't smoking the blunt duck, adrenaline.
Yeah, it's still coming in. Still coming in chopped.
He got to restart his router. If you run a speed test, he'll see.
All right, let me see.
Yeah, just try to.
I'm gonna drop down. I'm gonna restart the computer. That may be it.
Look at it, trying to chop in his internet choppy.
All right, while you doing that, let's get the housekeeping out the way, man. Shout out to the sponsor, T. Shanley. Uncomplicated skincare for men. 40% off along with a free gift. That is 40% off along with a free gift. Click that link that's in the description. And if you become a member, you get 20% off for life. 20% off for life if you become a member. So feel a teach. Also, that Sure Man King on top. Let's make sure we cop that. This is for the beards right here. It actually works. I use both the teach and also use the Assured Man. I'm taking care of the skin and the hair simultaneously. So if you're looking to get your grooming on as a man, that is the way to go, in my opinion. Let's see who we got in the chat. AP Accountability Partner, Angela Swift. Miss Live Your Life, Joe Lee. New person, hard member. What's going on? Shout out to all my Green Gang. If you want to become part of Green Gang, that link is also in the description as well. I want to thank everybody for tuning in tonight to King Talk. We have an excellent show ahead. I'm looking forward to this discussion. I had to put some hours in trying to get this one together, man. We're going to talk about a little bit of politics, mostly on the front end. Are y'all fan of politics? I know some people not. Like, y'all cool? Okay. Trying to see if
That
y'all...
mean we're going to start a fight tonight.
No. I think we got some people on the left and some people on the right. So it's going to be interesting. All right, hold on. Got Kenny P in the building. All right, and White.
House.
Mic check in White. I don't think he can hear us. Can you hear me, Mike? And White? While he's getting that set up, AP Accountability Partner gifted File Lapeef Network membership. Salute to you, sir, and thank you for that. And White, can you hear us? Put in the back chat. Have you guys been keeping up with the Donald Trump, everything that's been going on? Y'all been following it?
Yeah, I think it's hard not to. That thing's just everywhere, man. You turn on the radio, your social media, the TV. You got no choice in the matter now.
Yeah. I'm assuming everybody's voting because I know some people say they don't like one of the candidates, so they're just not going to vote. Everybody voting on the panel?
Yeah, I'm voting down ballot.
It's your civic duty. Pick a side.
All right, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I think we can hear you.
Yeah.
Are you talking to us? You on mute? Marcus looking high.
Yeah.
He got that air Trumps out this bit.
Oh wow.
Yes, sir.
What they going?
Did you get him on release? You got him on release, or you paid a grip for him?
No,
you got him on retail.
Yeah, and I got him sent to me earlier because I knew my man. You know, when you're in fashion, you know people. So they shot
Shannon, that's nasty work right there.
That is very nasty.
I hope you catch a bunion on each toe.
All right, let me just do a mic check. Marcus, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Good. All right, let's go to get this show started, man. Hit that like button. Also, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Appreciate everybody that's coming in. We're going to talk about a little bit of politics, man. We're going to go a little bit deep with it. Pause. I guess I got to say pause with that one, man. Mess around.
I was about to get you.
Yeah, mess around with y'all, man. Y'all, y'all sound like y'all might not be comfortable in y'all sexuality, man. So you got, I got some homosexuals on the panel or something. All right, I think we're good to start this. Anyhow, I'm gonna go ahead and open it up, man, with Amber Rose's speech at the Republican National Convention. There's a lot of talk going on around it. I'm gonna go ahead and play it and get you guys' thoughts on it.
Amber Rose from South Philadelphia.
That's where she spent most of her games.
Hello, my name is Amber Rose. I'm a model and entrepreneur.
Man, I hate these face tattoos, man.
But most importantly, I'm a mother. My whole world revolves around providing for my children, keeping them safe, and giving them an opportunity for a better life. That's something that unites all American parents, whether we're Republicans, Democrats, conservatives, or liberals. We all want a better country for our children. But I'm here tonight to tell you, no matter your political background, that the best chance we have to give our babies a better life is to elect Donald Trump President of the United States. Now, you may be wondering why I'm up here telling you this. I'm no politician, and I don't want to be. But I do care about the truth. And the truth is that the media has lied to us about Donald Trump. I know this because for a long time I believed those lies, so I'm here to set the record straight. The first person I knew who supported Donald Trump was my father. I was shocked. My entire family is racially diverse, and I believed the left-wing propaganda that Donald Trump was a racist. My father said, "No, he's not, Amber. What are you talking about?" And when I insisted, he said, "Prove it." So to prove my father wrong, I did my research and looked into all things Donald Trump. People have to do their research. I watched all the rallies, and I started meeting so many of you, his red hat wearing supporters. I realized Donald Trump and his supporters don't care if you're black, white, gay, or straight. It's all love. And that's when it hit me. These are my people. This is where I belong. So I let go of my fear of judgment, of being misunderstood, of getting attacked by the left, and I put the red hat on too. Thank you. Love you too. I never felt more free and more love for my country than I do now. I want to thank my father, who's in the audience tonight, for opening my eyes. He served over 20 years in the U.S. military. Thank you for your service, Dad. I love you, Dad. I love you. I love you so much. Thank you. When I met the president and Melania for the first time, he was kind and generous and funny as hell. Very funny. The First Lady was gracious and smart with a smile that will brighten up any room. If you're watching this tonight, you know our country is in trouble, just like me. When you go to the store and buy food for your family, you're shocked. When you fill up your gas tank, you're pissed. I know I am. And when you turn on the news, you are just exhausted. Inflation is out of control, and you know in your heart it was not like this under Donald Trump. My message to you tonight comes from a humble place. The left told me to hate Trump, and even worse, to hate the other side, the people who support him. When you cut through the lies, you realize the truth. American families were better when Donald Trump was president. We were safer, wealthier, and stronger. A vote for Donald Trump is a vote to put money back in our pockets and good food on our kids' plates. Yes. Or, as Trump would say, it's a vote to make America great again. Thank you so much. Thank you.
What an awesome speech, man. Shout out to Amber Rose, man, for giving such a phenomenal speech. Anyhow, I want to get you guys' thoughts about it, man. Some people was rocking with it and others wasn't. I think I seen AP in the comments said, good message, bad messenger. I want to get a couple guys' thoughts and then I'm going to go ahead and move on. We'll start with you. No, go ahead, Viz. So you came off the mic. Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say let's point out these stupid ass face tattoos that's becoming so common in our culture like that. I don't know what she had on her forehead, but that shit looked crazy.
Nah, let's focus on the message and the messenger. Jesus, the face. She's a celebrity. Face tattoo. That's what these shorties doing. I give two shits less about this election and the people. These people be playing in our face, dog. They put that woman on stage. They propped her up. They gave her a bogus ass speech. This woman said, first of all, we don't question stuff enough. How does this woman present as a credible source for anything to understand if Donald Trump is a good candidate or a good person for office of the president or not? She said she believed the lies and that the first person she saw support him was her dad or something like that. And she had
He's a white man. He's a white man.
Yeah, but she know the first person she saw support that man was Kanye West. Right. Then on top of that, she's like, well, I did my research. I went back and looked at all the rallies and read what you guys said about him. That's good enough for me. This the goofiness, man. She didn't speak to one policy. She just spoke to typically what, people who support Trump say. The country was better. We were safer. We were richer. The gas was cheap. The economy was better. Right. But you can't speak to one policy. And this is the danger. So I listen, I did not care for her. I'm getting tired of them putting celebrities in our face and telling us we should vote for a person based on if we like the celebrity enough or not that they put in our face. And people definitely better do their research and get to the bottom of the policies that these candidates are platforming. And that's how you make your decision on who you're going to vote for. That was some bullshit, dog.
But is it not the policies that had the economy, gas, food? The policies is what had everything in a better position. So I don't understand that argument.
Yeah,
I know what you're saying, but to the average American, you know what I'm saying, they don't necessarily care about what the policy is. Is this policy working? Is what this man stands for, does it work? And am I in a better position?
Viz, you know what's going to happen next month in Chicago at McCormick Place? What's going to happen? They're going to do the same thing. They're going to put celebrities up and they're going to tell you everything that Joe Biden did. They might throw a sprinkle of what Barack Obama did to make you feel good. So this is my point, though, brother. This is my point. The people, we can't just keep accepting mediocre and then excusing everything that come across plate. If that suffices, right, and that surface level explanation from Amber Rose is good enough for the Republicans to platformer, and nobody needs to dig deeper, then maybe you have a point. I disagree. I think the people deserve to be more informed by better representation of the candidate that these parties are saying we should vote for.
No, I agree 100%, and that's been my biggest gripe with Biden's administration. Even with his first campaign, they were throwing all these celebrities in front of us, and just telling us just anything. Kamala, and they showed a piece at the BET Awards with Kamala and Taraji, and she talking about some. Oh, I'm in these streets, girl. You don't even talk like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, but nobody said nothing about it. That was okay. But it's like, no, that's worse. That's a stereotype that most black people are not even with. You know what I'm saying? But yet it's cool. It's cool when they do it. Let the Republicans have did that. Boy, it would have been hell, bro. You know what I'm saying? So I get what you're saying, but right now, as of now, in front of everything, this is how they playing the game. Now, me personally, I'm not a fan of Amber Rose. I think it was retarded to have her up there, but they trying to get the black vote. You know what I'm saying?
Viz, let me make sure I understand you, bro. You comparing the RNC, Republican National Convention, to the BET Awards?
It's a massive platform, bro. They're both massive platforms, bro.
So Rilla, I think what Viz is saying is Republicans. This is not their normal play at any RNC of any year. This is not their normal play to have somebody like Amber Rose up there. But Democrats has been doing this shit forever. I mean, all the way back to when fucking Bill Clinton was playing the saxophone for us. You remember that? Some of these youngins don't remember, but me and you do, playing the sax for us.
Arsenio Hall.
You know, they had Cardi B repping Joe.
Diddy
4 years ago. You know, Hillary carried hot sauce to the Breakfast Club. Man. Joe was eating fried chicken back in February at the house. You know, the play is basically saying all of a sudden the virtue signaling is out now that Amber's up there. It's all like, oh, why we got that rep? It's like, well, where was that at for the last 20 years when Democrats did it to black people? Nobody said nothing.
Y'all can't do that for me. That's Shannon. You know that's a weak argument, Shannon, because you know people have been. No, brother. Listen, we can't say. Listen, wait. We can't say where was that at 20 years ago when we know within the last year the Democrats have been getting dragged for putting shield celebrity fronts in front of the people and then not coming through.
Dragged by who?
What are you talking about? Are y'all wait? Are we watching the same media and news reporting and outlets and wait? The same shows, Breakfast Club. They've been trying to pin Charlemagne down to get him to say vote for Biden, and he's saying he's not announcing who he's voting for. They've been dragging.
I think I hear what you're saying.
Wait. I just want to make sure I understand Viz. Are you saying
it's getting dragged?
Listen, wait. I just want to make I said they have been dragged. The same platforms where the Democrats have used the play that we all know, the Cardi B's, the hot sauce in the back, all that stuff. In the media, Tesla Figaro, all these people, all these platforms have been dragging the Democrats in public on major media platforms.
Yep.
Calling them out on their BS plays and still asking, what are you doing for people of color? What are you doing for the community? You're not coming through on your promise. So it's really fair, Shannon, to call it out on both sides.
Yes,
regardless of what they did 20 years ago.
Yeah, but we
and I disagree with you. I'm going on mute, but I disagree with you.
Okay, Viz and I is saying, but we don't call it out on both sides. That's the thing about it. Suddenly, it's and listen, I'm with the all of a sudden awakening that black people are having and calling out the where the platforms are now calling it out. But these are the same platforms that didn't call it out when Democrats came to their own spot.
Yes,
so now suddenly everybody is saying, oh, that's what I'm thinking about virtue signaling. Everybody's saying, oh, now look at this. You got Amber Rose up there with the tattoo on the forehead. And I'll speak to that in a second. But I'm just simply saying, damn, where's this? Where's the matching energy? I thought it was cool to have Cardi B repping. I thought it was cool to have Cardi B repping the people that they're putting in place to push for the presidency. I thought it was cool to eat fried chicken and pour some hot sauce on us. I thought it was cool for them to tell us that we ain't black if we don't vote for them. Nobody had nothing to say then. It took Umar Johnson to go up. It took Candace Owens to go up and call that out. And now people are waking up.
Not the only ones complaining about that, bro. They literally one of Hillary Clinton's biggest criticisms was the fact that she went up there talking about I got hot sauce in my bag too. Matter of fact, Kamala Harris got drug online for going by Democrats.
No, that's bullshit.
Yes, she was. Come on, just because you didn't see it doesn't mean it wasn't happening.
I'm in politics.
Then how did you not see this?
Democrats did not drag. It was people like me. It was other people. It was people on the right side. It was conservatives that was like, "Are y'all serious? Y'all letting them do that?"
True, that's not true, Shannon. No, that wouldn't make sense. Listen, wait, Shannon. Honestly, brother, if conservatives were dragging Democrats and calling the BS out, that would make sense. We're used to seeing that. That's been happening. I could go to Fox News and see that. It's different when you see the friendly platforms that they normally go to push that rhetoric, when you see them calling them out, and that's what's going to happen. And that's been happening at least at a minimum. Wait, Shannon, at least within the last year. That's been at least within the last year that's been happening.
And now that Joe is senile, all of a sudden everybody's calling it out. Okay, I got you.
And that's not a good faith argument, brother.
AP.
And that's dangerous, brother.
No, it's not dangerous, man. We call it a spade a spade. Me and Biz is calling a spade a spade. That's what we're doing.
So that now the argument is a good faith argument, Shannon?
What?
Like
I thought you was going on mute.
I'm more concerned.
I thought you was going on mute.
Here.
Wait,
I thought you was going on mute.
What you mean? What you mean by that? That is not a good faith argument, though.
It's I'm calling the spade. We are calling the spade a spade. And here's the flip side of all of this. AP in the chat said, "Great message, bad messenger." I'm with that. I appreciate her voice and her position, and I understand why they gave her a platform. I know why. Those with influence and those have followers and whatnot. But why did they select the people with the messiest history? I mean, the slut walk girl with the tattoo on her face. Her of all people that they picked, they couldn't call Ice Cube. They couldn't call LL Cool J.
Y'all know who they was aiming for, right? Y'all know who they was aiming for. It's one particular demographic that voted 93%.
Trev, I wasn't.
Go ahead.
We got to stop interrupting each other. I noticed that we do that a lot. They could have called Mike Tyson. There's quite a few people that they could have called. They could have called 50 Cent to go up there and say something, but they called her. And I know that she just popped out a month ago, maybe 2 months ago when that paparazzi caught her in that interview. Nobody knew her position, her political position, and I believe that she's clout chasing. Me personally, that's what I think that she's doing, because this wasn't some position that she's had forever. And I think it's popular for people to distance themselves from, as they call Sleepy Joe, because it's obvious what happened at the debate last month. So all I'm saying is, if Cardi B was speaking for Joe, and Joe was eating the fried chicken, and these people, these strategists are saying, "Damn, what is working?" They keep we need the black vote. And the Democrats and the black people keep voting Democrat. And what are the Democrats doing? Think about the people in the room that's figuring out the strategy. We want the black vote. Black people keep getting fucking played and laughed at and treated like this, and they keep voting Democrat. I guess we should probably do what they're doing. Let's take a play out of their playbook. Let's throw up Amber Rose. Because if this was on the other side, if this was the DNC, if this was fucking Hillary Clinton going on a interview talking about fried chicken and hot sauce, it worked. It was some pushback, but they kept doing it and they kept voting Democrat. Let's throw up Amber Rose. I wish they didn't pick that way. If I was in that room, I would have said, "No, don't do that. Let's keep it classy." We've been keeping it classy year after year. We didn't need to do that shit in 2020. We didn't need to do that. In 2016. We didn't need to do that shit in 2000. Why are we doing it now? So I wish we would have kept it that way, but we didn't.
Bro, I just shared 3-4 articles of Democrats being accused of pandering and by left-leaning publications, the Atlantic, the New York Times, the Week magazine, like all of these are left-leaning publications. And on top of it, if you go on social media, when she said that hot sauce shit, everybody was dragging what's the name of the network that the Breakfast Club is on, Revolt TV, for her doing that shit. They've been dragging celebrities. They dragged when Cardi B went up there talking about some who she was voting for. When Joe Biden went and interviewed Cardi B, they was dragged for that shit.
Hey, they could not have been dragged.
They kept coming back. They kept playing in y'all face.
They couldn't have been dragged, bro. Listen. Let me finish. They could not have been dragged about putting on having a conversation with Cardi B and then follow it up 4 years later with Glorilla. That
doesn't mean
that couldn't have been a drag to where they was like, "Oh no, we can't do this anymore because it backfired."
Do politicians?
They went ahead and found somebody else that was in the same position 4 years later and did the same exact shit.
That doesn't mean that it didn't happen. Just because they went back and tried the same strategy doesn't mean that they didn't attempt, doesn't mean that they weren't criticized for it. They were heavily criticized for it. Hillary Clinton, Kamala Harris was heavily criticized for it.
And everybody still voted for them.
What does that have to do with the fact that they were criticized? We're saying that why is it now that y'all are criticizing Republicans or the Republicans for bringing on a celebrity if y'all didn't do it over here? And I just proved to y'all that they did do it over here. So
I don't see anything in the back chat. Put it in the back chat. And I think what we're saying is, I think what Viz is saying is, you guys are saying it's criticized. That's neither here nor there if the votes went that way. What difference does it make if we say, well, these people said it and these people put it in their newspaper, if black people still voted against the people? I mean, voted for the people that played in their face.
People always vote along their party lines. That's not going to change.
And they're still doing it.
People always vote along their party lines. You saying that because they didn't, the whole point was that y'all said, this is the argument. Nobody ever said anything when they was doing it. Me and Chicago Rilla just proved that they were definitely dragging Hillary Clinton.
Just because you said it don't mean you proved nothing. You didn't prove nothing. I was there, just like you was there. So you heard it differently. You didn't prove anything. You just stating your case.
I just put 3 articles up. You can roll back the tape. That was Hillary Clinton being drugged.
All right, let's go ahead and get some other people in there, y'all. Hey, Sweeney, put it in the back chat so Shan can look at it, and I'll share it to the audience as well. Go ahead, Kenny P.
Can you hear me? Evening, fellas. See, I knew into the back and forth, Democrat, Republican, who's doing what, falsehoods, people that research, and also people that just babble. Under Biden, we've had the best year of job growth. Under Biden, we were like the stalwart of the world with the economy, how we flipped it over. Under Trump, he put us $8 trillion in debt. He favored big business. I can understand certain takes as for why certain Republicans that happen to be of all color that are affluent entrepreneurs want that, because there's a lot of things that favor them. Your vote is gonna go to who pretty much looks out for you and your interests, and that's to be respected. But I have problems with people that just come up here, babble, and just post stuff and don't do the necessary research. Don't go through the Pew research. Don't really break it down. Both candidates are shitty. Both have a hand in racism and thievery, and God knows the list goes on. It's
you think that any of the presidents, you think that all of the presidents are in that same position?
Every president that we've known in our lifetime has made a deal with the devil to get whatever they need passed. There's not one that came out squeaky white.
That come with the territory.
Yes, but then you as a man, you have to do the necessary research and dig deep. Not just look at 2 pages and say that's it. Not have a little trial of Jezebel up there that got paid for being at the RNC. The one that couldn't keep a man in the house. The one that wishes to be alpha dominant. I know about that lady. I'm like, I don't care how fine she is. She's a short stay.
Yeah, we not talking about her. We talking about the policies.
Okay,
now.
no, we're talking about everything. She was the representation that was put up here. Please do not get off the beaten path. She was put up there to represent that brand, so you can speak on her and also the brand. I'm not going off course. If they use her as a figurehead, a representation of what they're pushing out there, you get what you get. Be comfortable with your outcomes. Viz, you're the same one when I posted facts. Guess what you did? You tried to scoff and did whataboutism rather than delving into them and having a conversation. So I have an idea where you're going with this,
bro. The facts that you stated, right?
The facts, yeah.
So the whole job thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
The inflation. What the
I didn't say anything about inflation. I said about job growth.
Let me just talk. So a lot of the points that they use for Biden, where he brought down inflation, he brought down gas, he created jobs, all of this stuff. The problem is that inflation went through the roof once he got in office, and then it started to come down, and it was like, oh, I brought down inflation. He get into office, the gas spike. Now his whole entire campaign, he's saying that he want to get rid of fossil fuels and go green, and then the gas spike. As soon as he get into office, gas is $5-6, and then it comes down. Oh, I dropped gas. Gas is going down. It's like, come on, bro.
Viz, you make it very difficult to talk to you because you're that dude in the barbershop that points out things that don't make sense. You know how it went that high? Sense. Do you know when you put $8 trillion of debt while leaving office, what Trump did? Obama, under his regime, it stabilized the bad economy, and a lot of people don't want to say that, and the research is there for you to look at. But here's what you do. You that dude playing in the barbershop, playing checkers, you hear a couple talking points from people. You don't do the necessary research. Because of his errors, he cost us $8 trillion in debt, threw off the GDP. Those things will happen in selective places. You're talking about places. On the whole country scheme, is gas high? No.
Gas is high.
No. The economy did well. Job creations up. Stock market up. But you're not doing the research. I have the research, and I was willing to have the conversation with you. Guess what you did?
What kind of job? What kind of job? How did I avoid it?
Okay, where are you getting your stats from? Just to be fair, where are you getting your stats from, Viz?
I'm getting my stats from actually paying attention to what's going on. So in the news,
so that's your feelings.
Policies. It's not feelings. It's me looking at the facts. It's me looking at the numbers. Okay, so if he shut down the country when COVID was going on, Trump wanted to open the country back up, right? Biden shut the country.
Wait. Trump also wanted people to inject friggin' disinfectant inside their bodies.
He never said that. Come on, man.
Wait. He didn't say that?
That's a reach, bro.
Man. Listen,
come on, man.
Kenny,
cut it out. He said that and somebody followed it.
All right, so hold on,
JR, Shannon. Let me let Kenny ask the question. Let me answer for him. Yahoo Finance reports that in 2017, when Trump took office, gas prices was $2.47 a gallon. That's what Obama did. I shout out to Obama. I'm not knocking what he did. We're talking about right now. $2.47. The average for his entire 4 years for Trump was $2.57. It went up 10 cents.
Okay, that's a great
Trump
point.
After when Biden took office, the gas prices had dropped down to $2.42. Through Biden's presidency, when he started till now, the prices averaged at $3.61. That's 40% higher gas prices with Biden than when Trump's entire team did for his whole presidency.
Okay, so let's carve that up. Let's parse.
No. I think JR wants to move on, but you asked the question, and I'm simply answering it because he didn't have it, and I had the time to look it up.
Okay, wait.
And
you're
so the
have
answer
the last
is,
word. Were we able to get those resources in the country? Didn't we have a stop on something, import, export during that period of time over the pandemic, which caused that to happen? Are you not putting that in?
Kenny, I answered you. You started with.
Is that a factor? Is that a factor? If you cannot bring oil over here, would it make
we can bring all
kind
of factors? You simply said that gas was higher with Trump. It's false. Period. Yahoo Finance.
That's what I said. Or
yes, that's what you said.
Wait.
Run the playback. That's why I was over here quiet.
That's not what I said. Allow me to repeat what I said. Because of the $8 trillion debt, I didn't say that caused gas prices to be higher. I said this is pointing out something on a country whole. It was no $5 or $6 across no country. That's what I pointed out. He gave us $8 trillion in debt. It's disingenuous for you to make that statement knowing that the import and export market was at a stall. That's why gas prices rose.
That's Kenny. That's not why gas prices went
Okay,
up.
wait.
Hey,
Show me your research, and I'll show
we
you
gotta
mine.
y'all. We gotta make sure we get back on the Amber Rose speech, y'all.
Cool.
Okay.
And then we do got some other people that we got to get to that haven't spoken yet.
Real quick, back to the Amber Rose, which he said we shouldn't be talking about because it has nothing to do with the story, but that means you're not following the caption.
She's representing
the RNC.
We were talking about the policies.
Okay, she is okay, the moderator just told you get back on Amber Rose and you still going somewhere else. Okay, so
you
Amber Rose
policies, bro. That's the only reason I said that. But go ahead.
Okay, Amber Rose, bad representation. She got paid. How much research you think that girl did in 3 weeks that she could be apt on all policies or the resume of both men? And she said, "Oh, because she threw it off. Oh, my daddy served this country. That'll win him over. Thank you for your service, Dad." And then
how do you validate who can speak? Shouldn't anybody who is a citizen with the right to vote should be able to come up and speak?
No one ever questioned that. It's not.
Well, you just discounted her because she didn't know any research. So I'm asking you, how much research did she got to do to be able to go up there and speak?
Okay, I discounted everything she said because I don't believe it's valid. I don't believe, and I'm allowed to not believe that she learned all she needed to do about both candidates in the matter of a couple of weeks. She said, I watched marches and certain things. She couldn't point anything out. She referred back to her father who served. Thank you for your service. That wins over the crowd. She has minimal things to say. And you come up there in damn near a cat suit just to represent to get your check and get off. She got paid just to be up there and be a face to talk.
So I think the only requirement is she's be able to speak English, be able to read off a teleprompter, and being able to locate the money she got deposited into her bank account. And
that's why you and I will never see eye to eye, because your intelligence sometimes, as much times as I want to give you credit, is squadouche right now.
So what's that got to do with my intelligence? Me being able to spot.
Yeah, I digress. There are other people that that have a voice.
It got nothing to do with my intelligence.
So I apologize, brothers.
Okay, go ahead. So the only thing I'm telling you is that obviously we shouldn't be surprised the way things work in politics. Depending on whoever they want to speak, she gets something from it. I think they call it a quid pro quo or whatever. Do something for me, I do something for you. Get up there and speak for me, be beautiful, and we're going to pay you. That's the only requirement. And I think we look stupid up here thinking that it's supposed to be some requirement, some extenuate requirement that she got to go through in order to speak on behalf of a particular brand, when we all know in politics, they just go and pick somebody and pay them, and that job is done. I mean, whether we agree with it or not, that's how they run things. So who are we? It's not illegal. I think it's legal, right? Did they do anything illegal by putting her up there in front of the audience?
Why does she have
it's perfectly legal
to be criticized?
Wait, is the Republican platform? It's a conservative platform, right? It's conservative ideology, family and Christian values for the most part, right? This is why Amber Rose will come under scrutiny, Bruiser.
Thank you.
She's antithetical to all of that, my brother.
She don't represent none of it. Her history don't represent none of that, Bruiser.
I agree, but that's why I'm asking y'all: does she have to represent any of that in order to speak? Obviously, no.
Yes.
Well, at that point, it becomes pandering. It becomes pandering. If the RNC themselves is going to contradict their own values to bring up a woman that does the slut walk, divorced her husband, I don't even know if her and Wiz was ever married or not, but it went out there and did all the stuff that she don't represent none of the conservative values, but they have her speaking simply because she supported Trump. That's almost like, God damn, man, y'all couldn't have picked nobody else. And so it's not illegal for her to be there. You're right. She's an American citizen. She has a voice. Father was a veteran. solid. She can speak. Why would you pick her to speak? And you know the optics of it is looking like she's representing us. It's like, God damn.
Amber Rose is a white woman from a white man.
Right. So that just tells me the RNC or whoever's the manager or the of running those things, I mean, was told from higher up that they're willing to bend the rules or bend what they believe in order to do whatever the hell it is they got to do to get votes.
Politics.
If in fact any votes come from that.
So,
but that just tells me they willing to let their hair down and play dirty, and they don't give a damn about the rules or what they believe in.
So, Bruiser, the
and
problem,
I think it's safe to say that they do that on both sides.
Bruiser, the problem isn't that it's really not a criticism of Amber Rose. You're absolutely right. She got cut a check to go up there and say some shit she probably really don't believe in. The problem is the pandering part. The problem is the RNC going in and grabbing Amber Rose to speak at their Republican National Convention. That's the problem. That's what's being discussed, and that's what's being criticized here. Amber Rose talking, we know this. That's why I said we've seen on the other side plenty of Democratic candidates have gotten criticized for bringing rappers and shit on their platform to try to have a conversation with them, knowing damn well that this isn't who we want representing us, or they're just trying to get votes. We're criticizing the party themselves. Amber Rose can go up there and say whatever the hell she want to say. So I think that's what the discussion at hand. And I digress.
Right. Here's the other part, Sweeney. The other part is this, family. This is what I say with these people playing in our face, fam. They playing in our face when they parade these celebrities. Bruiser, they could put whoever they want, but then you compromise the platform of your entire party when you do that. And guess what, Bruiser? They say they're in the strategy room and they're saying, hey, we need to get black votes. How can we get it? Can we get Robert F. Smith up there? Maybe. Can we get Melody Hobson up there? Maybe. You know, can we get this person, that person, these other prominent Republicans up there that support our platform will be a good representation of our conservative values, ideology, Christian beliefs? Maybe. But if you really want the black vote, get Amber Rose. That's a slap in the face for black people. We should be looking at that and scrutinizing that. Same way we doing the Democrats.
That's exactly what they were trying to.
Well, here's my question. Here's my question to you, Chicago. Are they going to get any black votes from that move they just made? That whatever. I can't hear you, bro.
I'll say
Chicago. Do you think they're gonna be successful?
That part I don't know, because that to me it was a stupid move. If you think she got a follower or a following like that would garner you votes, like significant.
Well, they seem to think so. I can tell you why. She's got over 24 million followers on Instagram, and that's what they were looking at. She has influence. She's a socialite, and those are the things that they were looking at. Here's what they weren't looking at: who's going to be voting, right? So, what I was going to say before, they have the one demographic that they missed completely last time. It was like 93% of black women specifically, because I don't think this is going to be effective on men, but black women voted like 93% for Biden, higher than any other demographic. Nobody else was as loyal to Joe Biden than black women. That's just the facts. That demographic right there definitely helped get him in. If it wasn't for that demographic, he would have absolutely lost. And they see an opportunity for the black vote in general to say, look, we could go ahead and get some of this. It's open season right now. They're very frustrated with Biden, so they went for it. Do I think she's a good representative? Absolutely not. It's embarrassing. And it kind of hurts my soul that this is what they think of us, that this is what should influence us. And I hope that they're wrong. Not to say that I want them to lose, but I don't want this to be the reason that they win. Not because Amber Rose with the tattoo on her forehead went up there and said, y'all should vote for Trump. And then people are influenced by Amber Rose. I'm hoping That's wrong. What was that? What was that, Viz?
No, I was just gonna say, are we thinking that they put her up there to represent black people? Because like I don't even think that she, you know what I'm saying, has that much of an impact in black culture.
Yes, I think they put her up there because
she does.
She's gonna swing the white liberal or white in the middle, typically Democrat voter.
Right.
That was for white women. That wasn't us in the gay, the LGBTQ community to see the.
You think it's a lot of a lot of white women that follow Amber Rose?
No.
Like that?
So if you go,
black women follow her.
I don't think so. It's mostly black women who follow the places that she's been stationed and even the shows that you would see her being a part of.
Yeah.
That's
I met her at BET. You know, she may have a white father and all that, but she's a black.
I've been in some venues she's been at. They were all black venues. Not to say she doesn't.
But you know what?
attend
The reason why
white
is
venues,
she's
but
the
I've seen her
sexiest
frequent
one.
a lot of black venues.
She's the sexiest one. Listen, they already used Stacey Dash up, right? So Stacey Dash is gone. Condoleezza Rice, teacher up at UC Berkeley, that's a wrap, right? The best they got right now as a black woman that's a conservative is Cheryl Underwood. You know, old comedian. They don't want her up there, so they don't have many options. And so when you think about a black woman, that's the best we got.
Okay, so let me ask y'all this: if they would have got the one y'all wanted up there, the ideal person that the black people want up there to speak, would the issue still exist?
Well, the person that I want up there would have actually challenged Trump on his policies and asked him, "What are you going to do for us?"
No, what I'm asking, if y'all would have, if they would have had the right person to speak?
Yvette Carnell, you want Yvette Carnell up there?
Yvette Carnell would be a good one. Antonio Moore. Let me try.
Yeah, but not for a debate.
Okay, so would okay, let's say all those people came up there to speak at the same damn time, and whatever, as a panel. Would the issue that we have that y'all are pointing the finger at earlier, I guess, with the politics and the policies and shit like that?
Yes.
Would that still exist?
Well, the problem is there's a difference.
Well, no, it wouldn't exist anymore.
I'm gonna explain the difference.
So you had the right person speaking in her place, that would erase all black people problems.
No, the difference would be the people the people that I would want in that space, if I did, will be people who are politically aware and question the Republican Party on what they will have in policies put in place for black people. If you're going to go up there, I would want.
Yeah, but you talking about a debate? We talking about
not even a debate. Not even a debate. But
you talking about the RNC though? At the RNC, ain't nobody going up there to question nobody. It's up there
to
speak on behalf.
Hey, we got to make sure that Trev finished this point too.
If that is.
So the answer to my question is, no matter who would have went up there, the issue would have been still exist.
Yeah. Well, when you say the issue, define the issue, because I think you switched on me. I thought you meant the issue of representation, or are you talking about the issue of black people's problems?
Okay, so the issue of representation.
Yes, it would have been better if somebody else would have been up there, because if I had to have somebody that looked like me to go to the RNC to endorse the presidential nominee for the Republican Party, I'd rather it be somebody that I would want to either have as my mother, my sister, my wife, or my daughter. And Amber Rose don't fit none of those slides.
All right, y'all. We gotta let Trev finish. Let's get Hink in there and Marcus. Finish up with Marcus. Go ahead, Trev.
No, I'll jump back in. I'll let Hink go ahead.
All right, go ahead, Hink.
Damn. Well, let me say this. The beautiful thing is we got two guys who are, one's a current president, one's a previous president. So we got 4 years of experience between the both of them. That's the beautiful thing, that we got the opportunity to evaluate off of that alone. Now, as far as the Amber Rose things, I agree with somebody said in the chat. I think it was great message, wrong messenger. Now, what's that's going to force and encourage people to do, because of a message that I could kind of agree with, is that it's going to force people maybe to do some more research. She challenged people to research, because she sit there and said in her speech she wasn't with Trump, and this is the reason why. But then she went back and did research. We always should have been doing research. That should have been that from the get-go, but we never have. So now we're mad about her as a representative. Well, we got to change as a culture to force people to stop using these type of individuals as a member of our culture, because we accept that. We okay with that, because that's what majority of us represents. that hip hop industry. That's what we do. So guess what? They're gonna go to where they think, okay, well, this is what they're into, or they think majority of blacks are into. So why not bring them to the forefront and to try to influence them, to try to encourage them, to try to bring them and reel them in? Another thing it's going to do is make people talk. We're going to have this conversation. A lot of other people have a conversation. Why did they use her? Why was she the one of choice? Now it's drawing more conversation. They're doing everything they need to do in order to grab this certain attention to certain individuals, and it's working. First, it was Trump had his what I consider a win at the debate. Next thing you know, he goes down a attempted assassination on his life, and now we got Amber Rose. Oh, it's all working for the best. Right on. They doing what they need to do. I landed there.
I'm primarily like 3 or 4 key issues I care about. One of them being the Second Amendment and the ability for everyone to be concealed carry. So I think that having access to all guns for everyone will prevent a lot of gun crime, because it's different when people have to fear that the other person potentially has a gun. That changes the dynamic. I'm not saying that's going to end gun crime and those things, but it changes and deters. It's a reason people go shoot up schools and not the gun show. You know what I'm saying? And there's plenty of guns there. It levels the playing field. The other thing is I'm extremely pro reparations, and Trump he's con on the reparations thing. I dropped the link in the back, JR, for the pros and cons for the candidates. If you could drop that in the chat, that could help anybody who maybe is on the fence and don't know. Don't listen to what any of us care about, because nobody else is going to care about what your issue is like you should. So research it and vote for what makes the most sense for you. The other issue is immigration. They dumped a lot of people in Chicago, and those resources got taken away without, or were allocated to people. When there's people I've known, like from where my mom and them at, there's been homeless in abandoned lots congregating for 10, 15, 20 years, who got all type of mental illness issues and drug addiction problems, or whatever else that led them out there, that never got a hand and never got a help up. So I don't think you should allocate tax dollars to people that illegally came here when you have people that have been here that should have gotten those resources. So those are my 3 things: guns, reparations, and allocation of resources, and immigrants.
You conservative, Marcus. You conservative. Welcome to the dark side.
My issue is the reparations. That's a bipartisan issue. See, the 2 out of 3 is conservative. Your third one with the reparations, you got some people on the left that's like and yes, and some people on the right like and yes. So that's a bipartisan one. So that's why I'm gonna just bring you on over here to the dark side, give you a red lightsaber, and you're good to go.
All right, y'all. Let me go ahead and get to these super chats, Marcus. Okay, you muted already. Get to these super chats. AP. Accountability Partner $10 says they win a landslide if they reach 20% black vote. And also got Harrison Davis $5 says salute. Want to thank you, gentlemen, for your donations. All right, we're gonna talk about what's the guy name? Matt Walsh. I'm gonna bring these slides up, Marcus. Matt Walsh has some things to say about Amber Rose.
All right. The RNC gives a primetime speaking slot to a pro-abortion feminist and a self-proclaimed slut with the face tattoo, whose only claim to fame is having sex with rappers. Facts. Truly an embarrassment. I got a crack on my screen, so it's hard for me to see. Truly embarrassment. Not a single voter will be mobilized by this person. Trump has just reached mythic status by defying death and surviving an assassination attempt. And the GOP decides that the best next move is to have him sit and listen to a porn star talk about diversity. Brilliant move, guys. Brilliant move. Thanks, guys. You guys can get mad at me for saying it, but the first day of the convention was totally absurd and a very bad omen of things to come. Trump has never had more momentum or goodwill, and the RNC decided to use that push a message of diversity and inclusivity rather than using it to advance anything resembling a conservative agenda. I call it as I see it, and that's what I saw. I'm worried that the pivot to unity will mean what it has always meant for Republicans: unify around the values of those who want to destroy us, unity through total ideological surrender. I hope that this will be something different.
That's a bar. Well, I don't agree that she's a porn star, but that's a bar. Keep going.
She not a porn star? I could have sworn she was on Pornhub, her and Kanye. Or her and
no,
that was Kim K. That was the other joint.
That would be Kim Kardashian.
Hold on, y'all. We still got a couple more slides. Here you go, Mark.
Some thoughts on this Amber Rose thing. Since it's apparent, extremely controversial to say that the Republicans shouldn't give a primetime convention speaking slot to one of the founders of the Slut Walk. First of all, maybe Rose has totally changed and had some kind of conversion experience. There's no evidence of that, only that she likes Donald Trump now. There are many, many, many examples of conservatives rallying around the new celebrity hero just because the person likes Trump, only to be humiliated and betrayed by that same person shortly after. This has happened countless times. I've called it ahead of time in nearly every case and have been screamed at by conservatives the way you all are screaming at me now. Hopefully, this is the first time I'll be wrong about something likely this, but I highly doubt it. Second, even if there has been some kind of conversion, that doesn't mean you take someone who has been conservative for like 42 seconds and then turn them into a mouthpiece for your movement. Again, how many times do we need to learn this lesson? A person who has been wrong about everything up until approximately yesterday morning needs to be learning and listening, not giving primetime speeches at a political convention. And third, just to give you an idea of how Amber Rose's conversion is, if there has been one at all, it was just this past March that she praised the Satanic Temple for, quote unquote, helping a lot of people by making sure they get abortions. That was March of this year. She has not even pretended to disavow that point of view or any of her far left views apart from her dislike of Trump. If it is outrageous and offensive to suggest that a person such as this is perhaps not fit to be a primetime Republican speaker, then conservatism as the movement is in even worse shape than I thought. In conclusion, come on, guys, what the hell?
That's the last one.
Right. Donald Trump just survived an assassination attempt as he runs against a senile vegetable whose own party has abandoned him. But the thing that will really put this election over the top is Amber Rose. Brilliant, guys. Republican political genius on full display again. And then Matt says, I'm not locking any gate. I'm not saying she can't be conservative. I'm just saying she shouldn't be elevated as a leader of the movement, which is what a primetime convention slot clearly signals. People are getting way more emotional about this than they should be. It's really bizarre. She's a reformed conservative, but also currently running a sale on her OnlyFans, which is still active at this very moment. Makes sense. I'm obviously the only one crazy here. It's totally awesome to have RNC speakers use their speeches as marketing tools for their porn business. JR, you on mute. Everything you said, we didn't hear.
No, I said this is what Matt Walsh has been saying all day. Start off with just two, but once I went to his Twitter page or X page,
let me get this straight.
Talking about it all entire
day. We got an issue with a porn star or OnlyFans model representing a political brand. And then we had a president pretty much give the green light to homosexuality and all this other shit. It's like, what are we really mad at now?
Well, you're criticizing Matt Walsh is a right-leaning political commentator. So you asking the wrong person. I'm sure he had a problem with Biden.
No, I'm asking y'all. I mean, y'all side with that, or I mean, like, what was the point of bringing up his message?
Well, if you're talking about somebody who has a problem with the Republicans bringing up somebody that's non-Republican and everything that they do goes against their values, I technically agree with them. I wouldn't want somebody to go up there and be the what do you say? You know what I'm trying to say. antithesis.
I'm looking at it from a
like
different.
Candace Owens going to speak for reparations.
Well, I'm looking at it from a different point of view. I'm looking at it from, I don't know which one it was. 48 Laws of Power. It was a story where a king or emperor or whatever made his enemy like his ally or some shit like that. So I don't know. Maybe that was the move. Maybe not. But I would say it's a powerful move. It'll be able to have somebody speak on your behalf and promote you that don't even stand for anything that you stand or stand totally against you. Like, how savage is that?
Well, I mean, with considering how easy it is to pay people to say anything, it's really not all that powerful at all. And if you're talking about your base and you have somebody like Matt Walsh come out and say, this is crazy, there's probably a lot of Republicans who might think the same thing and might turn away from the Republican Party for that very reason, which is why Joy Reid warned black folks about listening to Amber Rose and doing their own research, because these Republicans, these conservatives might actually be looking at the same thing and saying, "Oh, you're trying to pander to black folks right now, using a hoe."
The crazy thing about it is, anybody on this panel probably can got a dollar amount that they'll go and speak on whatever that they don't agree with.
What is that?
I guarantee you, Sweeney, you one of them.
What
If
does
they
that
told you they'd give you your own barbershop with marble floors and all that other shit on there.
Hey, he definitely said,
God! Now, Bruce,
he
what
definitely
is that?
said he'll wear some white toenail polish for like 3 minutes.
That's not the point, Bruiser.
That's not the point.
The point is money is power.
That's not the point.
Bruiser, I hear what you're saying. And Bruiser, I think you make a good point too, Bruiser, because you're saying basically if you could get somebody who don't believe in none of the shit that you guys believe in, but you get them to vouch for you, that's powerful too. I think that's what you're trying to say. But listen, the reality is forever, conservatives have their whole talking point, like the flag that they raise is about make America great again, preserve it. I mean, get rid of these existing conditions and bring back the traditional ones, limit the change. You know, conservatives talk about Christian values and traditional family values and opposing abortion and getting rid of LGBT rights. That's typically what conservatives talk about. That's all they really talk about. And so then to say that we are these conservatives, we want to make America great again, and we want to go back to the old school, and this is how the society has been for thousands of years, and all of a sudden we didn't lost our way. For y'all to put up the leader of the slut walk to come up, who has an active OnlyFans account. So if you want to see her ass and popping that ass and twerking and doing all of that, to come get prime time speaking slot at the RNC convention is almost like, what happened to them values? And that's all everybody's saying. And that's what
Shannon,
Matt was saying in that tweet.
Where the hoes at?
So Shannon, I get that part, and I think it's terrible. I would have never wanted them to choose her, but I can guarantee you, anybody who was about to click on the right side this November, I don't think 1% of you has changed since that's happened, right? And a lot of people are going to feel like if you was already there, you're not. But guess what? There's a bunch of people who are on the fence, don't know anything about politics. They just don't know what they're going to do. And their votes are going to count just as much as anybody on here who does all the research and looks. And those are the people who she's talking to. That's why they put all that surface level stuff on a teleprompter so it's relatable, right? This ain't nothing but advertising. That's all it is. This is propaganda, and that's fine. But I hate it. But I in a weird way, I understand what they were doing. They're talking to some people, right? It ain't us, because our minds ain't changing. Everybody on this panel already knows which way they're going to vote because you've been paying attention to the politics, you've done the research, you've done the homework, and you have your idea. And I don't think before or after this RNC convention, it's changed 1% Because I know mine didn't. I was going to do what I was going to do.
We're going to change Kenny. We're going to bring Kenny to the dark.
Kenny not going to fall for the trap. Kenny not going to fall for the trap. Don't fall for the trap.
This is the part that I think people are missing, right? So I agree with you. The people that are staunch Republicans or conservatives, they're going to be staunch Republicans. People that are liberal and Democrats, they're going to gangbang. Gangbang is going to gangbang. I think what a lot of y'all is missing is there is a significant portion of people who are seeing this shit and are fed the fuck up and saying, you know what? I'm going to abstain altogether. Some of us are saying we're just going to focus hyper local and fuck the pageantry of the federal level, right? I think one of the most dangerous things that we could do as a people is continue to gangbang like this, man. This shit is wild to me. We ride blue or red, and I mean, when we flag it, right? Shit is wild, man. I think people are discounting the number of people that have common sense that are looking at this. And I don't know who that was. It may have been KP that came in and said, like, yeah, it was. He said both of these guys are shitty candidates. And he didn't say it in a way that was dismissive. He leaned into that and owned that, right? And he didn't make excuses for why one is better over the other. Well, let me leave that alone. I really do want people to dig in and get to the policies and be able to, that's what I'm advocating for. Be able to speak to the policies that's going to affect and inform your vote. Because I promise you, all this Amber Rose shit, people are looking and saying, this is some bullshit. Fuck, I'm not voting for that shit.
Hey, but
a lot of people gonna stay home in November, fam. A lot of cats. And that's where the election will be won. It'll be a matter of, as it always is, who got the most gangbangers to come to the polls.
Hey,
hold on, Viz.
I think it's going to be more than 4 years ago.
All right, hold tight, y'all. Hold tight. I'm going to get into Brandon Tatum disagrees with Matt Walsh comments on Amber Rose. I'm going to play the video, then I get to you, Viz.
I want to make a quick comment on Amber Rose and this Matt Walsh controversy. I watched Amber Rose's speech. My wife and I watched it. We thought that Amber Rose's speech was absolutely amazing. She did an incredible job. She was genuine. She was inspiring. And a lot of us who were not Trump supporters at first, or people who have come from the left, people who grew up believing that Democrat is the only way, can identify with what Amber Rose said. I remember the first time I woke up from being like, dang, I've been lied to. They've been lying to us. I remember rejecting the Republican Party. I remember having a past, gold teeth in my mouth, young savage on my stomach. I remember being somebody different than I am today. So when I see Amber Rose with the tattoo on her forehead, her checkered past, I'm smart enough to realize that there's enough room in the fold for people to come out of that and to wake up to the truth. And kudos to her for being bold and courageous and telling the truth and standing up and being a conservative. That's far more courageous than a person that has been a conservative their whole life. They work in conservative media. They can give their conservative opinions, and all their friends and advertisers and everybody are conservative. You live in an echo chamber. Nobody around you, nobody that you know in the last 25 years are going to contest anything you say. They're hoorah, hoorah, we love you, we support you, Matt Walsh. Now, I don't know his past, but that's the vibe that he give me. And somebody like Amber Rose is like, you know how many people gonna trash her? How many people ain't gonna want to work with her no more? How many people gonna talk trash about her? How many people gonna turn their back on her? You know, she's in an industry where it takes a lot to actually be bold enough to say, I'm gonna support Trump. And clearly, let me just say this, Donald Trump likes her. Donald Trump invited her to Mar-a-Lago, not you. So clearly there are people that wake up, and we should give room for people to wake up and change. And Matt Walsh's take on Amber Rose and other people who disagree with Amber Rose being able to speak at the RNC, they're just lost in this gatekeeping mentality. Listen, bruh, if somebody's saying I'm a Christian and they continue to do ungodly things, and they're unrepentant and they don't even care, then that's a different conversation. That's a conversation where we say, hey, look, you're not a Christian if you acted like this. But to be a Republican, anybody can be a Republican. You could be a gay Republican. You could be a trans Republican. Ain't nobody care. Do you agree with 80% of what I believe? Then we ain't got no beef like that. I don't agree with gay marriage. I don't agree with none of that gay stuff. I don't agree with abortion or none of that stuff. But what's her name? Tommy Lahren is a conservative. Tommy Lahren is pro-choice. I don't care. She could be a Republican and be pro-choice. That's just one take that I disagree with her on. 99% of the things she say, I agree. There's people that I disagree with a few people. Matt Walsh is wrong. And Bryson, you my dog, but I disagree with you. There ain't nothing wrong with Amber Rose doing a speech at the RNC. And somebody say, well, she's not conservative. Well, she voting for Trump. Trump ain't really that conservative. If you want to keep it real, is Trump really that conservative? Come on, let's have this conversation. Is Trump really that conservative? Trump is pro-choice. He mentioned that he's okay with abortions by mail, which is 2/3 of all abortions. Donald Trump don't have a problem with gay marriage. Am I gonna not vote for Donald Trump because he's not a staunch Christian and he's not as conservative as me? No, bro. His good outweighed the bad. I'm still gonna vote for him even though I disagree with him on certain policies.
Ain't this the same dude that gave old girl a pass for saying the N-word? Man.
Can y'all explain to me why conservatives be doing that? Like, we'll be like, all right, they may have some points, and we can understand where they're coming from. Then they'll jump out and be like, yeah, we don't care if you call us a nigga. We gonna support everything that's anti-black, and then expect people to be like, no, they not bootlegging. Like, what is with that? Like, why do they do that?
That's politics.
Same reason why a racist football team full of white kids, they finally let a black kid come into school. They hate him, but that motherfucker the best running back, and they gonna root for that motherfucker as long as they win a championship. But they hate the motherfucker.
That's politics now.
You doing whatever the hell you got to do to win, and you're gonna bend the rules. You're gonna bend your beliefs. You're gonna bend your faith, as long as your bottom line get answered. I don't see why that's so hard to see.
I guarantee he said some shit.
It's hard to respect.
I guarantee
it's not hard to see. It's hard to respect.
He's talking shit about Amber Rose.
Man, to the point with Chicago really before that clip played. That's for me, that's one of the biggest issues as to why I do give the pushback, because most black people, they don't know the policies that Biden stands for or talks about. They don't even watch the debates or any of the stuff that he gets on camera and says. The problem was that a lot of people, the majority of people, black people, was listening to the media saying that this man is racist. He's racist. He's racist. He's a problem to society and diplomacy and all this other stuff. They couldn't tell you one thing that he's done that's racist. I ask people all the time, well, what do you do that's racist?
To have a 2-page periodical in the New York Post for 5 black youths to get executed with the Rife police force that went straight to the top. Then he took out a next one once asked while he was the president. Let me finish. He said they probably did something when asked to apologize for what he did in the past. That was a white man showing white privilege. He can go in a paper and take a 2-page article and say, kill them niggas.
He said, kill them niggas.
Okay.
It was a.
I didn't
you see what he's
that.
doing now? You see what he's doing now? That's why I can't have discussions. That's why I can't have discussions.
Did
You got to quote him the right way, though, man. You can't just.
It's a very simple question. Did he say kill them niggas?
Hell no, he didn't say that.
Okay, so
okay then. So
he's
that's
gonna jump over the 90.
So that's
Didn't
my
he ask
argument,
me a question? I swore he just asked me a question.
Bro, listen to what
you ask me a question?
Encouraging. You're strengthening my entire point as to why I do.
Did you ask me a question?
Yeah, but let him answer, Viz. If you ask him something, you gotta let him speak.
All right, I did.
No, you didn't.
Go. What else you got to say? What else?
No,
what else did
you were trying to be polarizing. But if you did do the research rather than talk most of your feelings,
what else, bro?
Okay,
go
so
ahead.
I can't get it out. I could never get it out because he would never go. He would never go.
You didn't
proceed. Trez don't say it. I say it. Pause.
I dropped it in the back for you, Viz. If you really concerned.
Yeah, there's a whole Fox article that highlights and outlines all the racist shit.
Sweeney, why you doing all that? Because I know Viz ain't gonna do it.
I'm finna look at it now.
Is it true or false that he took out a 2-page article in the Post asking for the execution of the 5 Central Park youths?
So question: the 5 Central Park, those were the 5 kids that the white woman said that raped them or something, right? Or beat them,
which was found to be a lie, and it went all the way up in the police force because they had to put it on someone. Then decades later, she finally admitted she lied.
Right.
And the police force and everybody was in on it, and none of them got in trouble. And while Trump was the president, it was brought to his attention because everyone in New York knew he did it. He took that 2-page article out. So are you going to give a formal apology? He said, no, they probably did something.
That's what he said.
That can be researched, but you're not going to research it. You know what? You're going to go off your feelings. But when you have somebody, when you have somebody in this panel that actually does the research, because I'm still waiting for your fact checks. The only one that I give you credit for is that gun thing that you did God knows how many moons ago. Everything else is feelings off the top of your head.
Bro, you're emotional every single time.
Okay, so just leave it at me.
Come on now.
I will never vote for a man that tried to put my people down in many different ways. Also, Biden, the 94 crime bill. I will never forgive him for that, but I give him leniency because I trust who's around him.
Wow.
He's decrepit. He's old.
Wow.
Wow what? Wow what? Wow what?
Wow.
Wow what?
Dude,
you don't do no research, Viz.
Dude been doing that since the 70s, bro.
Okay, wait. You don't do no research, Viz. I've proved it time and time again. You just come up here with your feelings, but that's fine.
What research have you done? What research are you talking about?
Well, he did kind of just outline an instance where Donald Trump was racist, and then we just posted
No, he didn't. And he talked about. Listen, the ad said bring back. Literally, the ad said, if I recall, bring back the death penalty, bring back our police. That's what the ad said.
The ad also, Shannon, it also said we don't need to stop police brutality because that's getting in the way of police doing their job.
Got it. No, I hear you. So that's what the ad said. But
I would say that it is.
You gotta understand something. Listen to me. Also, the 94 crime bill was 30 years ago. Biden was younger than me when he made that. He wasn't old and decrepit when he did that. He was in his right mind when he did that. When we were super predators and he sent all my homies to prison for on the three strikes law, all that kind of stuff. So
don't forget when he said he didn't want his kids to be raised in a racial
all of that.
Like,
so basically all of these motherfuckers ain't no good. But so I think, Kenny, when you say I'm giving him a pass, you giving him a pass today or you giving him a pass in 94? Because if you're giving him a pass in 94, don't do that. Just like we shouldn't give Trump a pass in 80, whatever it was, and when he put that ad out. Basically, none of these motherfuckers like us.
Okay.
None of us is invited to dinner.
Agreed.
With none of them. So if we gotta pick somebody, who do you pick?
Agreed.
Do you pick the one that was? Do you pick the? Because because Kenny, you are very passionate about you are from New York. I hear you. I think you live. You bleed. You are staunch New York. You are a New Yorker for real, and you care about your people in New York. And so, for somebody that's try to put your people in jail, that's especially from New York. and then had no remorse for it when it was exonerated and was proven not guilty. He was like, oh, well, you know what? They did something wrong. Fine. Well, they got off on that. Okay, well, fine. Keep them in jail anyway. I get where you're coming from. On the flip side, other people are saying, damn, man, my uncle is still in prison because of what Joe Biden did. My uncle's still in prison today. He should be he should get out, but he can't get out because Joe Biden's policies put him in thousands and killed a lot of brothers too. Maybe Trump wanted them to bring the death penalty back, but Joe Biden's policies has literally killed black people. And so who do we give a pass to? I say we don't give a pass to none of them. But if we got to vote for one of them, Kenny, which one do we vote for?
I'm voting for Biden because I pointed out the facts as for what the economy is doing. Someone gave me his feelings rather than go and research it.
I'm not getting his feelings, bro. I'm going off of all of this off of policy and what I've experienced over the past 4 years.
I don't care what you say, Viz.
That's all it is.
I actually put it in King Talk so that you can research it, and if you found any discrepancies, you can get back at me. But did you? You just made.
I just got one thing to say.
That's the only thing I heard you just do with accuracy.
I got one thing to say about this.
Hold on, Darwin. If you send me a thing saying that gas is down, is the cheapest that it's been in God knows how long, and I was just in Chicago, and I had to pay almost $5 for regular gas when I was paying two something for it. There's no way that says that the economy is better, bro.
What does
if
that
I'm
have
going,
to do?
let me finish. If I'm going to the grocery store, it was just a video on TikTok of this dude. He pulled up an old receipt that he had at Walmart where he spent like $175 on groceries. He redid it today, and it was like $4 something.
What causes inflation, Viz? Or what's one of the main indicators?
Policies and spending money, all of that.
The circulation of supply of currency. Who released the largest circulation of supply of currency in the last 12 to 15 years? Trump did.
But what I wanted to say, man, about these statements, I keep hearing repetitively. Do your research this, look at the statistics. How do we know that the people who conducted that research is aligned with what we? Okay, never mind. You ain't got to go there.
No, but you don't. You're right. I hear what you're saying, Darwin. How do we know that?
I'm saying what I'm saying. I think it takes away our individual, our ability to just think for ourselves. And every time we want to make a point on what we believe, we got to point to what somebody else went in the trenches and did the work to gather up, and then we got to just have faith in that. You know what I'm saying? Like when we can just sit here as men and fucking talk to each other and see things how we see. It's almost like we ain't intelligent enough as black men to come here and just talk to one another and see things how we see it. We got to go look at some shit some other man, probably a white man that don't even give a fuck about us, wrote down. We don't know how to, we can't even check that data. The same people who dismiss what's written in the Bible, the same people looking at statistics. If you're going to dismiss what's written in the Bible, dismiss the statistics too. It's the same motherfuckers that's printing that.
But I don't think.
But I'm just saying, it's the same. It's around the same spectrum of how you record data.
No.
Darwin, do you want to do everything anecdotal? Do you want to say, okay, cool, I don't fuck them statistics, man. How much does a carton of eggs cost me? What does a gallon of milk cost me? What does the gas cost me?
I would listen.
Is that what you're saying?
I would rather if it was just one person up here speaking, then going by statistics and all this other stuff is cool. But when we got 10 motherfuckers on here that can go out here every day and got 24 hours of the day to go have their own experience and come back and say and report on what they see, I think that's way better than looking at a fucking stat and waiting on somebody to update it in 2024. Way better.
Come on, Bruiser. Come on.
Yeah, I'm looking at some of.
I had an argument with Tweety. I had an argument with Tweety. He pulled up a 2019 stat on some relationship shit, and I went and had in 2024 in real time spoke to over 50 people in the past month. And I got different numbers than the fucking shit that was reported in 2019, and he challenged me on it. I'm like, What the fuck's we supposed to do, bro? We don't have to be limited to something somebody else was recording. In order for us to move the needle, we can move the needle on our own by going out in the trenches and doing the work. That's all I'm saying.
The bruiser, nobody's talking about.
Shout out to you for doing that work, but man, look, like I said before, we have 4 years of experience from both of these candidates. These are not new candidates. These are not candidates we never experienced. So that's the positive thing that we have. Now, look at the policies, do the research, then cross-reference the research and see what they did in the past and see what they do now. That's all you have to do. Take advantage of it.
It's that simple.
How's your bank account today versus 4 years ago? That's the question. Man. 5 years ago.
That's because of their policies that's put forth.
I can tell you how mine is. I can tell you how much money I got today versus how much I had 5 years ago.
Come on, Viz, that's why I get at you, because you don't do informed research. And if you listen to Bruiser, okay, if you're an economist and you got 40 years of experience, why should I listen to you? If you've been in law and been in Congress and been a politician for 30, 40 years, why should I listen to you? You understand? If you had mathematics degrees and you could teach me 2 + 2 ain't 5, why should I listen to you? I can go off my own anecdotal experiences and then form my life on that. That's ignorance. And
Kenny,
it's too right.
You reaching hard
at points. If you hear me out, at points in time in our community, that's our biggest heel. Pride and ignorance. Pride and ignorance.
You reaching, bro.
Wait. So you never went to school and got taught by a teacher.
Wait, so hear me out. So just how you said earlier, how people that are entrepreneurs, business owners, they're going to lean towards a certain way more so than other people, right? So if I'm a business owner, and if during one period of time, business is great, everybody's spending money, the money is flowing, the economy is good, gas is down,
everybody's paid,
everybody eating. And then somebody else gets into office and everybody is broke. The gas is through the roof. Groceries is through the roof. The housing market, you know what I'm saying? If all of this is happening,
gotta lay off 4 people, inventory's low. Right. Ain't nobody shopping no more.
Well, wait, if I'm a business person, wouldn't I want to wait, hold on. Y'all confuse me now. If I'm an astute business person, wouldn't I want to know what triggered that, how that works, so we can replicate that?
Of course.
Right. So why would I lean on the personality trait of somebody that's in office instead of understanding the policies, who served in their cabinet? Why wouldn't I want to know who those people are or how that was done so I could replicate it? Because if from what I'm hearing, we just going off of anecdotal evidence of what we see with our eyeballs and just vote for what you see with your eyeballs. No, people in the chat, please get y'all ass out there. Use the chat, GPT, use AI, use whatever the fuck you gotta use. Research this shit. Don't listen to nothing nobody's saying on this stage. Go research that for yourself.
I agree. And
except for real,
this is wild.
All right, y'all. Hold on, y'all. We gotta get through these videos, man. Joy Reid has something to say about Amber Rose as well.
How her hair looks.
That was probably the most dangerous speak for the Democratic coalition. That is a young woman of color. She's describing the experience a lot of people have, feeling that maybe if you're around too many liberals, you might get criticized too much, or you might not be able to speak your mind. And she spoke to it really well. And she's way more famous than any of us up here. Yeah. I'm going to tell you that, way more famous. And so to the extent that these guys are trying to bust up our coalition, that was a bunker buster right there.
The weekend, a member of Congress who was a Republican came out immediately and blamed the incident on DEI and said that the fact that there were women and Black people in the Secret Service is the reason this happened. That is a member of Congress who went out on the TV and said to the world that DEI was the cause of an assassination attempt. This is where the Republican Party is. So it's ironic that they were able to recruit this young woman who, and she's a racially ambiguous. I don't want to say she's Black because she has said she's not. So I don't want to say this Black woman, this woman who is of whatever race that she has claimed. She said she's not Black. But they've brought somebody whose whole career is based in Black culture. She used to be on a show on BET. That's the reason most people know who she is. She dated one of the most prominent African-American rappers in the business in the history of hip hop. So her whole culture came from black culture, even though she says she's not a black person herself. And the fact that she is now the person they're using to try to recruit young people of color and to say that this is the person who is the endorser of Donald Trump who you should trust, when she won't even claim the culture that brought her to the table, I'm dubious that this will work. I don't know anyone who takes their political cues from Amber Rose, but just in case you do, you might want to duplicate doing your own research because she might not have done it thoroughly.
So this is what Amber Rose had to say to Joy. I've never said I wasn't black. I said I identify as biracial. I'm not going to invalidate my white father to make you feel more comfortable. Stop being a race baiter. Your president does enough race baiting for all of us. And it's still some more video, you guys.
You gotta love Twitter.
Stop. Like a mixed race person, right?
Right.
However, I think culturally in America, you're considered black. Do you think that's how people perceive you, and is that how you perceive yourself?
I do not consider myself a black woman. Absolutely not.
What do you consider yourself?
Biracial.
That lying asshole. See, look at him.
JR, you shouldn't have showed me that. Hot damn it. She done for. Guys.
JR, you ain't shit.
I smell betrayal.
All right, let's go to get Trev in there, man. And we haven't spoken in a while.
So when they were referring to the, I'm just going off of what Joy Reid just said with the DEI. They weren't saying because it was black people in the Secret Service. They were saying because it's women in the Secret Service. And if you look at that footage, those women were fumbling. Homegirl couldn't even get a damn gat in the holster. It was shameful. It was shameful. I don't know. We might be looking too deeply into this. Like, it's a commercial. It's a commercial. And I understand what she represents and everything. And I emphatically disagree with her entire lifestyle. And I did just verify that her OnlyFans account is active. So, yeah, it's no bueno. I'm not digging it, not even a little bit. But it is what it is, man. Like, she's talking to certain people, man. And we just have to understand that. She's just talking. I would have never used her. I don't want anybody to think that I condone. I don't, but I understand what they were doing. As much as I don't like it, and I wish they wouldn't talk to us like that. But it's like, you know, both sides, they talk to us like that. I don't like the history of either one of the candidates. Joe Biden, a 94 crime bill. Not me personally, but people all around me have felt the effects of that. And nobody even mentioned the housing discrimination lawsuit that Trump lost. So that's a whole nother thing too. They both have some really terrible history, but you know, you just got to man up and vote according to the policies that work for you best. That's what I'm going to do. I've never voted on character. Like, what politician can you actually trust? Can someone name one single politician on this planet that we can actually trust? One? Even one. I don't like them all. Any of them, man. They all have agenda. They all get paid, right? They're donors, pretty much, just like a company. It's like shareholders. Your shareholders control you. So the only thing I would encourage people to do is just don't get wrapped up in the party. Me, I consider myself to be independent. Extremely likely to vote right this time, but I'm not trapped into anything. Whoever has policies that will align with my beliefs and my pockets, most importantly, let's keep it G. That's where a lot of us is going, because that's what make the world go round, right? That's what I care about the most, and that's what I think most of us really care about. Whoever's going to make sure me and my family are in a better position, that's whose switch I'm pulling. That's simply it. You can't trust these dudes, neither one of them. I don't like any politicians. I never did.
one thing I don't understand, and we saw that in the clip with Amber Rose and oh girl, like why is it that when you go against the grain of black culture, you're immediately shunned, you're a coon, you're an Uncle Tom, you know what I'm saying? This, oh, you voting off of emotions. It's like, no, this is stuff that I'm actually researched, I'm aware of, and I'm seeing the patterns of where, okay, well, this isn't working for me. So just because it doesn't align with everybody else, I'm immediately denounced and you cooning and like I don't understand why do we do that?
So I understand that. And another thing that we do with that, another thing that we really do, a lot of people from the left that I've seen a lot, the people that I've had plenty of discussions as of late with people who are from the left, and the one thing that I don't want to see them do, and this is not everybody, but many people, and this is becoming like more of a trend, is that they automatically assume that if you are voting right, then you are uninformed, right? Or you're misinformed, or you don't know what you're talking about, or maybe I need to educate you on some things. And that's not the attitude that we should have. It doesn't mean that I'm uninformed. It just means that this policy suits me better. So we can't start doing that to each other now. I've seen families that have been torn apart because of this. We don't even want to talk to them anymore because we can't align politically. That means that I can't mess with you no more. Like you're not my peoples anymore because you're going to vote this way. We got to stop doing that.
Yeah.
Well, so, I think we can't have it both ways, right? Like either we're going to be all inclusive and unified, or we're going to remain tribal. I don't find any issue with tribalism. I really don't. It's how we galvanize. Within your family? It's how we go. Period. It's how we all move in the same direction. It's how I know you with me. Whoever served on, I know Shan served in the military. I don't know who else on the panel that may have served. Oh, Bruiser. When y'all in the foxhole, y'all want to know that we're all aligned, moving towards the same goal. Yeah. For that moment, race doesn't matter, your background doesn't matter, none of that matters. We're all brothers and sisters, I guess. But you understand what I'm saying? Like, I don't really have
matter. What did matter was we wore the same uniform and we lived by the same standards and principles and regulation. But black people specifically are not doing those things. We wear the same skin color, but we're not living by the same standards and principles. So that's the issue I got with the tribalism. The same motherfuckers that want you to vote for them, the same nigga that's gonna climb through your window and shoot you and take your shit off the dresser. That's where my issue come in.
We have a community. We about to get into that. Reel it back.
Yeah, let's go ahead and get Sweeney and Marcus in as well, and Hank. Go ahead, Sweeney. You got anything you want to add?
First of all, nah, bro, I'm good.
All right, go ahead, Mike.
All right, I'll try and answer your question, Viz. I don't know if you're posing it as a real question or not, but
it's a real question.
Okay.
It's a real question because even with the Amber Rose, right? Somebody has said in the chat, if Beyonce was to come out and say that she was endorsing Trump, that will be a career sabotage for her. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you come out publicly and you're black and you say that, okay, well, this year, this election, I'm voting this way and it's going to be against the grain because I don't like the experience that I've been getting. It's going to be an immediate decline.
So, all right, black people as a whole, from the civil rights movement until fairly recently, have tried to operate politically, culturally along the same lines. And because people have kind of turned to more seeing it from a class system. So if you elevate yourself to a position where the taxes are really kicking your ass, if you're making enough money that it really affects you and you align in a different way, culturally, we view that as somebody being for themselves at the expense of others amongst the community. So that's one of the reasons that is pushed off like that. And the question I asked earlier about why do some of the conservatives loudly align themselves against black people is the issue. So if they just say, "Hey, I'm voting this way for my tax purposes," woo, got you. But then if you go further and say, "Yeah, well, George Floyd, he that like any issue where Black people collectively take a stance and you position yourself as the opposition, that's when that will occur." Did that make sense? Maybe I didn't answer that correctly.
No, that makes sense, and I think that's an issue, in my opinion. I think that's a problem. That's group thinking, you know what I'm saying, and which can be extremely detrimental to a group, you know. So me personally, I have my own views on things and situations that happen. You know, even with I'll speak vaguely on, even with the rioting and everything. Me personally, I couldn't stand for that, because why are we tearing up our own communities? So that's something that I couldn't embrace, me personally. If this is where my grandmother out in Harvey, they messed up the Walgreens, and my grandmother and grandfather, that's the only one that they can go to, because neither one of them can drive. So now they got to get out of there because niggas ran up in there. So that's not something that I can condone, because that ignorance in that moment is going to affect people in the long run. Just because
Viz, what's stopping us from, what's stopping Black people from doing? Why do we gotta wait till the political race in order to exercise some type of political power between Black people? What's stopping us from doing our own thing and actually coming together as a community? That way we're prepared in unity to cast our votes as a group on the one we want to designate. Like, what's stopping us from doing that?
I'll tell you why. No, he asked you to, Viz. Go ahead.
I think that is because I think that is because a lot of people are voting off of emotions. I think that they're not looking at the policies and what's actually happening. I think that because we've been so conditioned to vote Democrat by default, because our grandmothers did it, our grandfathers did it, the great grandfathers, it's a long line of it to where we've been doing this group thing. And just voting this way just by default. And
can you tell us some of the policies that that made you change your mind?
So one of the policies early on when Trump got into office, he lowered the fees to establish a business. For me, that was okay, bet. I see what he on. Again, during that time period, the food, just everyday living for a person that's in middle, lower class, was in a much better position. Even with the administration now, the fact that we have so many illegals inside of the country, and they just voted to try to get those illegals to essentially be able to vote during the election without having to register a home address. That says a lot to me. That's a problem. The fact that that they're getting funds that should be going to the Black community and is not, and it's going to them. The fact that they closed down the schools in Chicago and they put them in there, you know what I'm saying? So all of these things that's adding up and that I'm seeing every single day. Even when I was out in Chicago, and I had did a documentary with a group that went and gave with a men's group that went and gave food and clothes to those people that was out there. The fact that they had them out in the middle of the winter living on the streets, that to me that says a lot, bro. And that's something that I can't stand for, regardless if I feel that they should be here or not. Those are still human beings. It was kids outside, no shoes on. And I'm looking at it and I'm like, damn, how much money are they getting for these people? You know what I'm saying? So for me, those are the policies that impact my decision making.
I got one more question for you. If someone said, "Hey, I'll give you $10 million, but you have to make sure you align yourself against your people, no matter what is going on, for the betterment of yourself, to the detriment of your people," would you take that deal?
Of course not.
I'm just curious.
I walked away from it. You know what I'm saying? Like I've talked about this on the panel. I've walked away from money. You know what I'm saying? Because if it goes against my morals and what I stand for and what I understand that it's going to do to the future generations, because that's what I'm worried about. That was the whole purpose of manhood, was to leave a legacy and be able to, you know what I'm saying, impact the generations to come. So if the decisions that I make is going to affect them, then come on, man. That's crazy.
You
But
can't say that and say you go vote Republican in the same sentence.
how can I? That's crazy. So like another thing too, right? Typically black people would say that and I've had this conversation, I've had this been said to me numerous times, that Republicans only care about protecting their money. Why is that a bad thing? If we as black people is trying to build our communities, our bank accounts, and hold on to our money to grow it, how is that a bad thing?
Because they have no problem siphoning money out of our
You
community.
think the haves teach the have-nots about how to build financial and generational wealth over time? You think they're incentivized to do that?
We are in the age of technology and
Here we go with this bullshit.
It's not bullshit. You telling
you know what you're gonna look for?
You're
Do you know what to look for?
You telling
you got to answer the question direct though. Answer him direct. He said, "Do you think that that's what they doing that on purpose and that's what they're looking for?"
That's what who's looking for?
Ask him again, Kenny, directly.
Do you think that those same well-to-do, the haves, are teaching the have-nots the fundamentals to build financial and generational wealth? Do you believe that they're incentivized to do so, and would they?
Yes. I have placed myself in circles.
Shannon, why you made me repeat that?
I believe that if you seek knowledge, you will find it. If it's something that you're looking for, it's not like we don't have successful black men, millionaires. You know what I'm saying? That's not uncommon anymore. So if you go out and seek to be in those circles with those type of people, then absolutely.
Okay, so those type of circles
is taking away what you're saying.
Type of circles. You can get in those type of circles.
It's taking away the power that people have to create for themselves.
You can give me a monologue. You're just dancing around it.
I'm not dancing around it. As a
can
whole,
you go into Four Seasons right now and go sit down with the Koch brothers, and they'll let you in and say, "Come over here. Let me teach you how I get this money."
If you have a relationship with them, you absolutely can.
Okay.
Come on, man.
So how would you build a relationship with the Koch brothers, brother? I mean, Vince. I'm interested.
The same way you can build a relationship with anybody else, man. Like, what are you talking about, bro?
What? Really? I don't care.
I don't understand how this sounds so far-fetched.
Because I think it sounds far-fetched because you know damn well these, so people talk about racism. Classism is the biggest issue, right? People call Trump a racist. Trump is a classist. Even when he got sued in '74 for violating the housing rights thing, for not letting black people, it was writing a big red C on their applications to indicate that they were colored.
Okay.
When he turned around and countersued the U.S. government for like $100 million or something like that, and told them that for defamation, and said, "Listen, I didn't discriminate against black people." He said, "I discriminated against poor people. I didn't want to help poor people." He was like, "I didn't want to rent to poor white folk or black folk." And so the issue is classism with that, but because so many black people don't have money, it looks like racism, but it's really, I'm just not fucking with y'all poor niggas. And the white folk that's poor like you, y'all can hang out together because I'm not fucking with them either. And so what Kenny is asking you is, are people are the well-to-dos. He said the haves, the people with the money. Are they incentivized to help or to teach or to give game or to put or to give boots to those that don't have it? You said, yeah, I don't know about that, Viz.
There's a reason why all the game givers wind up getting caught up as scammers. All the game givers.
I'm out here, man. You can't. There's rooms you ain't getting in if you ain't got. You know what I'm saying? You can't hang. You can't come and sit over here at this table.
I hear that. I'm not saying that that's not true. What I'm saying though is that you can get in that room if you put yourself in a position. You know what I'm saying? To reach a level where you fit in that room, then of course.
So well, yeah, that's personal development. If you have the wherewithal to do the work
all across the board,
yeah, if you do the work, Viz. That's everybody. That's every self-made person, Viz. That's gonna say, you know what, I'm not up there yet, but I'm gonna get there one day. And if the people up there say, man, I like how I like his work ethic, I like how he moves, I like how he talks. He ain't here. We'll let him in. I think Kenny's not asking about the guy that works really hard and separates himself from the rest. What's the incentive for those haves to just help everybody, regardless of their work ethic, regardless of their current socioeconomic status, regardless of if they're going to do the hard work to get to earn that seat at the table? The answer is no. You can't sit at the table with us, especially if we don't see your work ethic. I'm not incentivized to spread the wealth. In fact, the more y'all motherfuckers that come in here, the less opportunity, money, and shit and resources that I'm gonna have for me and my people. So I'm not knocking the person that you're saying, Viz, that you're describing, the guy that works really hard and does all the and stays up and and goes the extra mile. We're not talking about him. We're talking about the lazy-minded slackers that got their hand out and want something for nothing. What's the incentive for the haves to help that person?
All right, y'all, we gotta switch it up. I got a couple of videos to get through.
Oh, but why would anybody do that though? Like that doesn't even make sense. That's not even a real logical argument here. Like,
so you just contradicted everything you just said by saying that. You know that, right?
And the problem is that what Shannon did was actually wrong, because he said he attributed the have-nots to being lazy. We ain't even talking about the lazy motherfuckers. I'm just saying, to Kenny's point, what incentive do they have to just go down to regular motherfuckers on the street and just be like, I'm gonna go ahead and spread the wealth and show you how to get bread? Most of them don't do that.
What Kenny said, though.
That is what he said. Look at his face. He's telling you that's what he said. Also, it's a
random person.
Shannon had me repeat it.
Hold on, Viz. And to add to that, there's a reason why all the game givers wind up being scammers. Because when the real ones that have the real knowledge don't hand it out that easily.
That's my point.
So the point is that
come on, man.
So when you said
that sound Kenny. So basically, what Kenny is saying is, what's the incentives on someone just giving out a handout just because you haven't earned anything here? I'm gonna just give it to you.
So I'm gonna give you some knowledge on how to earn money.
That's socialism.
I'm gonna give you some knowledge.
There's a lot of people that want that. That's literally
on how to take money out of my pocket.
Indefinitely social. It's like, yo, get the rich people need to spread the wealth. That's the whole spread the wealth argument. There's people out there that said there should be no such thing as a billionaire. It's too much money. You should I know you earned it all, Elon. I know you did all of that stuff, Jeff Bezos. I know you did all of that, but you got too much money. You need to give it to these people over here because you good. There's people that believe that, Biz. You know that.
No, I'm aware of that, and they're absolutely entitled to their belief. But hey, that's not what I believe in. That's not the world that I grew up in. So,
but that's the thing, though, Biz, is that's initially the problem. Why would they ever be incentivized to give game to people that's beneath them on how to take money out their pocket? They're gonna be like, I'm gonna keep hoarding the money for myself and fuck what y'all got going on over there.
I like I said, I've been in.
You really think that these billionaires is keeping this money to themselves?
Yeah, I've been in rooms where I've definitely got slaves. I've been in
Oh,
rooms.
you heard what I said? You really think these billionaires is keeping all that money to themselves?
This is what I mean by when you don't pay attention to
You can even go on the internet and
You just said the words "keep it to myself."
and they giving you the game.
Okay, real quick, Viz. So, who do you bank with? Just give me one of your banks, Darwin. Just if you care to do that, or just name a bank that you're familiar with. If that's too personal.
Just name it.
Got you, J.P. Morgan.
Okay, J.P. Morgan Chase. To be a private client, you have to have 150,000 or more in the bank. You're a regular client if you're under that amount. But here's what they do with your money. You have a savings and a checking that makes less than 1%. If you learned about mutual funds, they've been doing 10% since 1937. Other funds have been doing 18, 20% over the pandemic. What that means to you, 18 cents on your dollar. And then you learn about compound interest. You learn about the rule of 72. That's how rich people stay rich. Then you learn to do a financial needs analysis and break down your assets and liabilities. Don't put your head where your hands can't reach. You understand? Learn these from people that come down and sit down from you. Implement these game plans, and then you will learn to start catching up. I don't think you're going to catch up to the billionaires, but on the greater scheme of things, you'll live a good life of comfort where you don't have want. So when I say boots on the ground, that's a little tidbit of what you ain't gonna be able. If I told you the rule of 72 on the street, would you have known to look for that? Would it have just popped up? No, because they make a lot of things ambiguous online, and they make it real wordy. And they said if you want to hide something from black people, guess what? Put it in what?
A book.
Okay, thank you very much. So a lot of them will go off of feelings rather than stats, rather than teaching, rather than having the conversation with other brothers that had the 10,000 hours of teaching. And you know what? Put their pride aside and at least look it up, even if they don't like them.
That's on that person. That's on that
person. You gotta teach people what the rule. A lot of people don't know what the rule 72 is. On doubling money, you can't just be throwing out.
Hey, Shannon,
I don't know.
Shannon, I tried to bring it up before. Dudes make jokes about boots and other stuff.
All right, y'all. Let me go ahead and get to.
Oh, can we talk about Jay Prince now?
You want to talk about Jay Prince?
Hey, shit, we've been here for 2 hours. We ain't even got to the second topic yet.
Man, I had a couple more topics too, but I'll go ahead and pivot. You know, that's the beauty of it, right?
Hey, wait, pause, JR. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. That was probably the most ignorant thing a black man could do on this panel. We was just up here talking real politics, and I just came in and said, "Man, let's talk about some foolishness."
That's them Gary, Indiana niggas.
That's what it is. Let me get to these super chats real quick, and then we'll go ahead. Sub-Zero. So my question is, why wasn't Matt Walsh invited to speak? He is not where the RNC is headed. RNC is becoming more inclusive. Matt Walsh is against it.
He would have got up there and asked, what is a woman, for 3 minutes.
499 says we have to make a distinction between being a conservative Republican and a Trump supporter. Trump is not a conventional Republican president. AP says, my bad, salute to the panel. Appreciate the king speaking. BZ, curious. Check the link JI dropped. That's the difference between racism and elitism. AP again says you were given leniency when his best friend was a grand wizard. Make it make sense. AP again said you give him leniency when he voted against desegregation because of them going to school in a racial jungle. What?
He's talking to you, Kenny, about Biden. He talking to you, Kenny, about Biden.
You don't give leniency to a man who gave Jesse Jackson and the Rainbow Coalition a free place to operate when they were going bankrupt. Advanced Perception $5 said, real talk, I was a, how you say that word? A pariah?
Pariah.
Okay, pariah in my family for years because I supported Bernie Sanders over Hillary Clinton. This time around, I identify as independent. A Black Beauty, $2 says, except in America, your race is your class. AP Accountability Partner $5 says, Shan, some people would consider you a half and you give free game twice weekly at least.
Yeah, but I don't give money twice. I don't give money out every weekly. I give game to those that's going to apply the game and then do exactly what Viz was saying, utilize it and work hard, as opposed to just giving out my money. I ain't cutting checks to niggas that just asked for it. So it's a difference. But I hear what he's saying.
Hey, Jack, I'll say one more thing after you read this super check. And then
Advanced perception $2 says without working class, nothing feeds the elites.
The creed that I go by, and I think a lot of us should, because I know we always talk about the presidential policies, right? And you say, well, why don't you just align with whoever's policies align with you? But there's also something called leverage. And a lot of times when you have the leverage as a voting block, you should be able to implore policies, not just lean on whatever they give you. So you should be able to come to somebody and say, hey, look, we 95% of your vote. If we don't come out there for you, you lose. What you gonna do for us? And then you make them and you say, this is what we want from you. Are you gonna implement this in your policies? And shout out to Yvette Carnell. She always says this: politics is an exchange, not a gift. When you give somebody your vote, it's an exchange. I'm exchanging this. What you gonna do for me if I vote for you? And that's how I'm moving. And honestly, I'm like in 20, what was it? 20, what is it? Shit, what was the last election with Biden and Trump? That was 2020.
That was 2020.
I voted down ballot. I didn't vote for neither one of them.
Ooh, I hear you. Well, that's what we have a congressional black caucus for.
Robert F.
But
you going Robert F?
What they doing? That's what that's what they meet for. But what they doing and shit. When's the last time y'all even heard anything coming out of the congressional black caucus?
Cause shout out to Ice Cube. He was one of the ones that had a piece of paper. At least he showed up with a piece of paper and said, hey man, this is what we want. What you gonna do about this? And people try to nail his ass to the wall just simply because he
and what black
exactly what you're supposed to do.
That was wrong. That was wrong, Sweeney. I agree. That was wrong.
People. It wasn't people.
It was black folks.
Who it was.
It was black women. It was black women. That was specifically black women.
So that's exactly what we're supposed to do. You're supposed to show up with your own shit and say, this is what I need. If you want to win, and the thing is this is the reason why I look at the Democratic Party the way that I do, because the only power we have is over the Democratic Party. They know if we don't show up, they lose. They know that without a shadow of a doubt. But the only thing that they realize is that we're a captured vote. So they know that, they're going to show up to the polls anyway for us. What happens when we tell them, hey, look, if you don't do this for us, we ain't showing up for you. And then we hold their feet to the
illegals in. Well, they don't believe you when you say that, number one. You say you're not showing up. It's like the relationship with the man and the woman that I'm leaving. You ain't going nowhere, bitch. Get your ass back here.
Mm-hmm.
You ain't going nowhere.
I think if
Get
we
your
don't
ass right back here.
If we do play the we not gonna vote game, we need to make that extremely clear why and be in unison on that point.
It ain't gonna happen because
I ain't showing up. They pushing it right now. If you look I guess on Twitter and across social media sites, the black people that's like for what probably me and Sweeney would be for, they very, 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 very vocal about they hold a Twitter space almost every night. They had congressmen come on there. They've been cooking their ass. They not letting up. Now, is it going to be effective? I don't think it's large enough.
No,
right.
Because
you know what we do.
They're gonna have not if they pulling Kamala up at the BET Awards. That erases all of that, man.
No, they talking about get Kamala out of here. They saying she an Indian woman. She not a black woman. You got to go into the spaces
this is an ongoing problem with us, man. We wait every 4 years. We knew this time was coming 4 years ago. Now, I'm young enough to remember in Chicago, the last great mayor that we had was a mayor that was truly put in position by the people.
Harold Washington.
I
got pictures of him.
Listen, Shannon, the people begged this man. He was sitting pretty as a senator for Illinois. He was cooling. He came to them people said, no, we want you to run for mayor of Chicago. He said, if you want me to run for mayor, you have to do X, Y, Z. The people went back, did X, Y, Z, and ABC. Okay. And this is my point. I'm tired of people telling us who we need to vote for and who we need to bring our petition to, right? We know the election is coming.
Why aren't we grooming our own candidate? Why aren't we funding our own candidate? Where's our PAC? Where's our super PAC?
That's all I was trying to say. That's all I was trying to say. Why do we got to wait till it's time to vote for them? Why we can't just go ahead and start preparing somebody to take charge and at least just get a consensus on what we all want?
Because I tell you the reason why, one, that they can say, because if you don't vote for Biden, you ain't black. I'll tell you why. It's because grandma and mom ain't gone yet. That's why. It's I'm 52 years old, and my parents and the baby boomers, they're not all the way out yet. But I believe in my heart of hearts that you millennials, that you Gen Xers, I'm sorry, Gen Zers, y'all not going. It may not happen now, but it's coming, I believe. And so we got a few old folk who still make it to the poll, and too many young folk who don't go. That is the reason why we keep seeing this same cycle. But eventually, after let's give it another, let's say 4 more presidential cycles after everybody's dead and gone. Let's give it 16 more years, maybe 20 more years, 5 more cycles. Then we're gonna see a big change. And I don't think the young folk, I don't think people that right now 45 and younger, I don't think they're gonna take no bullshit from nobody. They don't give a fuck.
I got you. Hey, Sweeney, I know you want to get to Jay Prince, but I have one more about these gun laws.
Oh,
so you want,
bro. I'm just
okay. All right, I'm gonna talk about the gun laws, and then we'll get to the Jay Prince.
I think Biden's Oval Office address should be a guide to all of us. I think he, and I'm going to follow his lead. And when he said there should be no place for political violence in this country, I think he is absolutely right. But when you look at the stats, political violence has reached new heights in this country. The Brennan Center for Justice at NYU just released a report in January that found it was not just well-known politicians who have faced more threats. 43% of state legislators and 18% of local office holders are saying that they have received threats. Then Robert Pate, he's a political scientist, very well known out of the University of Chicago, conducted a nationwide poll, right, on the topic just last month. 10% of those surveyed said that the use of force is justified to prevent Donald Trump from becoming president. A third of those who gave that answer said they also owned a gun. Then 7% of those surveyed said they support force to restore Trump to the presidency. Half of them said they owned guns. So I know everybody always says it's too soon to talk about guns, and that we should, because there has been a terrible death of a father of 2, that we should, thoughts and prayers should be where we go. I say no. I say now is the time to talk about the common denominator when it came to this assassination attempt is America's fascination and obsession with owning guns. And it just, that's the truth. And I'd like to think
they're rifles, they're
AR-15s and bump
rifles.
stocks, and the Supreme Court just found that it's fine to have bump stocks. And so I'd like to think that the issue of gun control would resonate now more. And but rather than that, I think what's going to happen is we're going to have more of this rhetoric of, had there only been more good guys with guns, this may not have happened. And so,
well, the Secret Service had guns.
They had guns.
Those are the good guys.
And so, but my guess is they're going to say the Secret Service screwed up, if there were other people with guns. And I think that gun ownership will probably, because of this event, go up in this country instead of going down. And that is my fear. I think we need to have an honest and real conversation about real gun control legislation.
Okay.
Well, and it's a
quickly, because I want to make.
I would say it's a remarkable failing of the system. To your point, that he bought these rounds, they found that he had explosives on him, and there wasn't some flag in the system. And the Hill's investigating it. Secret Service has a lot of answers, but I've traveled all over the world with presidents, vice presidents, secretaries of defense. I've never seen a site secured that way, where there's just an open area that somebody could target a candidate for president and former president. So there's a lot of questions. Service, they put their lives on the line, but there are some real failings that they need to answer.
Just know that Sonny Hostin will never let you down. If there's a bad take to be had, she finna get it. when you pray, I want you to pray for Trump. I want you to pray for the country. I want you to pray for your own family and safety and your relationship with God. And I want you to pray for her husband. She a lost cause. Whoever's married to this woman has to be stressed out.
I think Biden's Oval Office address should be a guide to all of us, and I'm going to follow his lead. And when he said there should be no place for political violence in this country, I think he is absolutely right. So I know everybody always says it's too soon to talk about guns, and that we should, because there has been a terrible death of a father of two. Thoughts and prayers should be where we go. I say no. I say now is the time to talk about the common denominator when it came to this assassination attempt is America's fascination and obsession with owning guns.
If you see this woman, when you die, you probably went to hell.
And that's another reason why we're not gonna come together. We just have completely different ideologies on shit. She is like Second Amendment. What? She does not agree with Marcus. Go ahead.
Shout out to the Caltech PLR 16 saved my life before, and shout out to that Glock 17 saved my life before. Guns is 100% necessary, and you need them. Anybody who don't think so are probably gonna find themselves on the opposite end of violence.
But Marcus, are we fascinated with them? Are we fascinated, overly fascinated with guns as Americans?
Guns are current to save your life. When somebody's shooting at you, you're gonna wish you had a gun. It's one of them things where you rather have all the guns, nobody to shoot, and no guns, and everybody shooting at you. It's not even my children gonna be efficient with rifles and sidearms, and they're gonna be able to build their own stuff and repair everything. That AR-15 gonna be their platform. They're gonna 308 it, they're gonna 223 it, 556 it, 762 by 39, and then when they want to get fancy, we might get into like some bolt action rifle. Just so I know that extremely efficient across the board. That gun is a great equalizer. There's no sense in fighting with people who got switches and all type of shit, and your ass trying to reason with them. No, you need a gun, bro. You better go get your gun. And anybody who don't understand that don't really understand violence, because wars of the words is cool, but the person who wins usually write history and tell the story. So if you want to be on the right end, you need to strap up all the way. Like all the way. You need to have a gun to save the gun that's in the place where the gun is at, with 1,000 rounds of ammunition for each caliber that you got, and accessories. You need an extra bolt carrier. You need, you know what I'm saying, an extra gas tube. You need things in case your stuff overheat. You need all of this stuff. You need a gun toolsmith kit. You need everything necessary in order to make sure your firearms work correctly. Routinely clean them, and you need to make sure you're going out and testing that you know what you're doing consistently, one every 3 months, or get you some dry fire targets and start. Look, you need to be right on point when it comes to these guns. It's not up for debate.
That's another key reason why I don't align with Biden's administration. His entire administration, he's been pushing to take away 2A rights. You know what I'm saying? He even went to the extent of where he was like, "Oh, y'all think that AR-15 is going to keep you from fighting off the government if we wanted to do something? We got F-15s." Like, bro, what? You know what I'm saying? Like, that was the whole point of the Second Amendment. And the fact that these Democrats, which primarily reach out and is influenced by the lower and middle class, where there's a higher crime going on in the communities, now you're making it more difficult for these people to even protect themselves.
I would think you would want to stay away from guns. You forget that the whole panel we had about how you got in trouble and they slapped that on you.
Good, bro.
I would think.
I'm legal.
Okay, I can't get it off. You see how I let you talk, Viz?
Pull up on me. Pull up.
Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. You made a whole case for why you would never want to be around another gun again. Even broke out articles, if I remember correctly. The question I had for Brother Marcus, you're not military, so what were the circumstances, if you care to elaborate, where you needed to bear arms to save your life?
I'm not elaborating on that.
Okay, so
You going
I
outside.
apologize. So let me take that out the way. So I know a safe question I can ask. Is it something where the place that you were in, you did not need to be, that would have excluded you ever having to bear arms to protect your life?
Bro, that means nothing.
Okay, I'm asking
just in New York, the guy, old boy that ran up in the grocery store and unalive like 7-10 people, black people. Nobody in there had a firearm. Only the security guard.
So watch this beautiful thing. That whole thing, that whole scheme that you just bust, it has nothing to do with what I just asked Marcus, because Marcus has a whole different situation that he could explain to me if you would allow him to.
What we all see that you're trying to imply is that Marcus was in a situation or a place where he had no business.
I never knew your name was Marcus White.
Come on, man.
Maybe Marcus could give me more elaboration, give me corrections.
He just said he wasn't. We know what you're doing, man.
Marcus,
come on, man.
Okay, Marcus.
That's why he didn't answer it.
Okay,
no, he didn't answer because you interrupted, Viz. That's why he didn't answer, because you jumped in.
Marcus, did I or did I not rephrase
you gangbanging on Kenny, Viz.
Marcus, did I or did I not rephrase it to get that one out the way and say, could it have been a situation where you need not bear arms if you were never in that place? You did hear me say that, right?
Yeah, I heard you. So the earth is my turf. I got liberty and freedom to go wherever I want on this planet. So
okay, that's fair. That's fair.
Yeah,
but the question still stands. Like, there's certain places that, like, your people that love you, like, I don't think you should be over there because you know how it go over there. And then the other part of you is like, I got my chest out. I'll go where I want. The earth is my turf. But then it might be one of those days when Marcus, like, you know what, my man, right? I don't need to be over there. Then Marcus home chilling, getting a little high, getting his buzz on, reading some eloquent books, and then he get the word that at that same spot that he said, I ain't going, something went down.
I brought up what happened at a grocery store, and you talking about what Marcus might have been doing in Chicago, bro. Come on, man.
That's not what the point.
Check this out. So, what are we talking about? Locations or whatever? Like, you probably shouldn't be there, or at a certain place. All right. So check this out. Jersey, as of now, ranks the 6th safest state in the nation, right? And there was an incident like a few years ago. Short Hills Mall. Anybody who's not familiar, Jersey has hella malls. Supposed to be one of the most bougie neighborhoods, one of the richest townships on the planet, pretty much, right? So they were robbing people right over there. You just walk into your car, go into a bougie ass mall, coming out, just want to go to your whip, and after buying whatever, your Louis V or whatever you got, and they're trying to rob you, right? As the economy, we've watched it sink. A lot of people have been trying to come into your homes, and I don't think we should stand for it. It's for protection. I don't think you should go out here and brandish weapons or hurt people or whatever. And people are trying to make these guns, particularly the AR-15, the boogeyman. And most people who are legislators don't know a damn thing about it. All the ammunition that you mentioned, whether it be 5.56, 223, 308 Blackout, 50 Beowulf, whatever you're doing, they couldn't name none of them. The people who are writing these laws don't know shit about guns, so they should shut up and leave it to the people who are familiar with it. I'm not going to be victimized by anybody. That's why I'm not out here lacking. Just in Jersey by itself, right? You had 44,000 people go ahead and get there because we never could do it. This is pretty much a communist state. They allowed us to finally, because of the Bruin decision, we're allowed to protect ourselves as more human beings, right? And they had one incident out of 44,000 where we saw it inadvertently on the beach. Outside of that, nobody's being responsible. No one's hurt as a result of people who are abiding citizens. who carry regular basis. I do believe that there should be training. If you want to make it mandatory, that's fine too. Even though I think it kind of infringes on your right, but I think that if you're going to handle a weapon that could take somebody out immediately, you probably should be trained on how to use it. You should know how to do it. You should be efficient. You should know how to break it down. You should know how to maintain it. That, even if they want to put that in there, that's fine. I'm not against that because I think we should be very responsible with it. But to say that we can't protect ourselves is bogus. There's over 400 million weapons in the country, more guns than people. They ain't going away. Just understand that those guns ain't going away, and the criminals are definitely going to keep theirs. They're going to be so the only people who are going to have it is cops and crooks. Civilians will never have them. We're going to be the only ones that could be victims out here. I'm not standing for it. And most people who have their weapons, they're not giving them back. So they can forget about that. They can make all the laws they want. They're not getting them because everybody's going to lose it in a boating accident. So it is what it is. Y'all not getting them. For most people. Huh?
Most people don't believe that you shouldn't have a gun.
Come on.
Did you listen to what are you listening to Biden? Do you understand what they're trying to do?
Gun control does not mean you can't have a gun.
The video he just played.
It means that you can't carry. They don't want you to. They do not want you to carry. I listen to these people when they speak. I listen to the laws that they're pushing for. I live in a blue state. I know about Illinois. I know about New Jersey. I know about California. And they try to make sensitive areas, which pretty much makes it illegal for you to have your weapon anywhere. That's what these people are pushing for. That's what the blue pushes for. That's pretty much what they do. We can't deny that. They do not want you to be able to protect yourselves.
So,
they do not. They do not.
So some of the major things that people largely disagree on is whether there should be a ban on assault weapons, on assault style weapons.
What's an assault weapon?
It don't exist.
It's a trigger word.
That's not true.
What's an assault weapon, Sweeney?
It's a trigger word.
A woman that a firearm that can be deduced for rapid fire and stuff like that. That's the whole thing.
It's a semi-automatic. Well, the automatic weapons have been illegal. Automatic weapons have never been legal. And what is rapid fire? How do you define rapid fire? So we not have semi-automatic? Do we all need revolvers or bolt action?
You asked me a question. Rapid fire. If you go hold on the trigger and empty your whole clip, that's a rapid fire.
Those are already illegal. They've always been illegal. And AR-15s, there's no AR-15 you could buy in the country legally that will have what you're claiming to be rapid fire. They're all semi-automatic.
If you add a bump stop, you can replicate that.
Wait.
So, they can alter them to do that. Come on.
You can alter any gun to do that. I can alter any handgun. So are you saying that we should have no guns that are semi-automatic either? Because I can put a switch in a normal Glock, and that bad boy automatic now.
You can shade the sear down in the black.
It is illegal. Don't forget that the switch is illegal.
An assault weapon is a weapon that was originally designed for the military, and has been made available to the civilians. But it's a military style weapon, so it's in its design. That's what it is. Not in its assault weapon is not defined by its operation. It's defined by its design.
They base it off the look. They'll tell you that if it just looks scary enough, that it needs to be illegal.
Do you need anything more than a handgun?
For real?
Do you need anything more than a handgun?
Yeah, you do.
Depends. You do. If you have multiple assailants break into your home, which is common now, you need more than a handgun when they all have handguns.
Yeah, if you had to give me a choice to protect my house,
that's your preference, and that's fine. You pick your poison.
Yeah, the 9mm ain't gonna do shit.
Ain't nobody running up in your crib where you live at.
All right.
Well, guess what? Even if I don't have a dog in the fight, I just like I talk about relationships here. I'm fine, and you're fine, and you have gripes and complaints that you commonly complain on, right? You don't go ahead and bring it to yourself like, oh, my marriage is fine. You talk about how horrible women are. So I'm talking about how bad the laws are, regardless. And you don't know where they could break in. There are break-ins in New Jersey.
Bro, you don't need more than a handgun on any given day.
20. When I was in my early 20s, I got into it with the UVLs out here. They showed up 20 deep. I needed more than a handgun.
Was you an opposing?
I got into it with the UVLs.
I said,
Marcus, that's Kenny's question originally. So is gun allowing you to have a gun the solution, or is you not being a goddamn gangbanger the solution?
I said I was a gangbanger. I said I got into it with the UVLs over. Look, Shannon, you know good and well that you don't necessarily have to be gangbanging to get into it with one person. And then
yeah, but you were. No, we don't talk about hypothetics, nigga. You was in the streets.
You was out there.
I'm gonna tell you why an AR-15 is most necessary. Women actually should carry not carry, but at least have access to an AR-15. For one, your body will absorb the recoil way better than a handgun. A lot of women can't have a decent caliber without having it absorbed by your whole body. I've seen many women drop their weapons. No, again, but that still goes along with what I said first. Proper training. Yeah.
With a handgun, she don't have no control.
Do you think? Let me ask you this: Do you think a woman, a single mom, right, that's protecting her children, would be more effective against multiple assailants with an AR-15 or a handgun? Which would you rather your wife have at home? There we go.
AR-15.
That's all I'm saying. For the common person, that's why it's America's rifle. It doesn't shoot any. You can choose the same calibers and other weapons that are not AR-15s, right? It's a more effective gun for people who use it commonly. You practice with that thing.
Didn't you grow up in California?
Who, me?
Wait, Shannon, didn't you grow up in California? Mm-hmm. In the Crip neighborhood?
Mm-hmm.
If the Bloods caught you, do it matter if you was gangbanging or not?
Mm-hmm. It matters.
That's not your story. That's not your story.
California, it do matter.
Let me explain to him. We got squares. We got a whole lot of people that move in neighborhoods, in Blood neighborhoods, and Crip neighborhoods, and people know how people move. I think Nipsey talked about this one time. There's a profile. There's a way you walk, a way you dress. So if somebody's going out on a mission to go into like a rival gang area or whatever, or to put in some work or whatever. If you got this square guy that's just walking down the street with a backpack on and he's coming from school, he's not a target. Gang members know other gang members when they see them. So if you were some Bloods and you was rolling through a Crip neighborhood to go do some damage, you're not gonna just shoot up just any old black kid that's just walking down the street. You know who you looking for. So no, it matters.
So you saying if you wore an outfit,
they got bad aim.
If you wore an outfit that looked like somebody else, then you would be a part. Would you then become?
Yes.
So
yes, you would be. Yes.
Certain clothes.
They gonna step to you and see what the hell wrong with you.
I'm gonna be real. You got people that move to LA from certain states, then they love their team, but they coming out here wearing their team hat, not knowing their team hat is representing a gang that they don't know nothing about. It's like I just moved here last month.
If that person get hemmed up, would they need a specific type of gun?
No, they probably get their ass whooped though. First of
all, I don't have my fair share of instances in Chicago, and one thing you know is how not to look like the motherfuckers that's participating. That you as a neutral person, what they call it in county neutral person, you know what to do to not look like the motherfuckers that you ain't trying to look like.
Oh,
was Pop smoking in California, or did he move away from his gang in California? They ran up in his house.
Ain't nobody really trying to go and get bodies, man. The worst that's gonna happen, somebody gonna beat you up and rob you. Especially they know you ain't in the gang, they gonna beat your ass and rob you.
Now,
they know your ass a part of a set.
No, bro.
Robbing, see, that was the question. Like, if you look like a square, they may try to. They're gonna pat your pockets. They're gonna take your money. They're gonna take your jewelry. But I was asked about getting a mission taken out on you. That's a difference than getting just look at this bum ass peon nigga. Let's just go.
I know the difference, but you know what I was asking. You just
no. Hold on, y'all. One mic.
They are so coward and so scared. They got their hand on the trigger. They liable to yank something. Neutron, op, whatever.
It don't matter.
It's EBK.
You can be
out here
in the same gang.
Well, that's they didn't.
It's GD's war with GD's
I
out
don't
there.
know what it is like today, but I knew when I was going out to Chicago and I was hanging out with you knew what not to do and what not to wear and what not to look like to not be confused. You didn't walk, you bang your hat.
Right.
You didn't wear shit because you knew that's what them motherfuckers
But Sweeney, sometimes that made you more of a target because even when we was partying, going on the north side, taking the red line from the damn from 95th all the way through there. If you dress preppy, you could be dressed like a straight nerd. They think you got something on it. They run that. Come up off of all that.
They might rob you, beat your ass. That ain't gonna deny that. But
they gonna pop your bro. No, y'all tweak it, G.
There was a story.
What is a neutron?
They're not affiliated with anything.
I know what a proton is. I know what
you neutral.
But wait,
play too much, man. He over here just he feigning ignorance.
He ain't gang
Even then, hold on, wait.
Playing, bro. He been playing since I asked him the first question.
Even then, y'all knew most people wouldn't even go over there to begin with.
No, bro. No, you can be downtown. You can be downtown. And motherfuckers
man, I've been downtown more than my fair share, and I ain't never ran into motherfuckers.
Like he talking about back in the day, but you gotta be talking about recently.
I'm talking about at least as recent as
talking about back in the day.
I'm talking about 2005, 2006. I done been downtown, walking downtown.
Man,
I ain't had to run into no. I ain't ran
used to pop off at the Plaza. They used to pop off at the Taste.
Yeah. I mean, times
we used to pop off.
Times have changed, man.
Yeah,
I done been to the Taste every year and shit, and I done been okay.
Well, like we ain't had to taste it in a while. All I'm saying is that times have changed now with the shorties and the generations. You know, like it's like they real like impulsive. So if they sense that you may be doing something, they may just get a little bit of anxiety, and just may do something that they don't care.
Hey, so there was a story out in LA where this especially disabled guy, young man, walked into a store. I think he had like some red laces or something. He was out there visiting his sister. Some little niggas ran in there, you know what I'm saying? And clearly the boy disabled. Ran in there, checked him, and killed him right in front of his sister. The boy disabled. Clearly. You know what I'm saying? But just off the strength that he got red shoelaces in his shoes, and this is recent, bro. So it's ruthless out here. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no structure. There's no laws. Everybody is just out here, just bar none, doing whatever it is that they're gonna do, and that's all across the country.
Straight renegade.
Yeah, we gotta get to this. Yeah, get to this main topic, y'all.
This country is not as dangerous as y'all make it out to be, bro.
All right, so we got Jay Prince.
Thanks for shit out there.
We got Jay Prince calls Mase and Camron haters. I'm gonna go ahead and bring this up. So this right here was the original thing that he had posted. So basically, like Shakira had a boxing match. Mase and Cam, you know, they do their commentary on the sports. Said it was boring. So Jay Prince had put out this message and said, "Let the haters say that he's boring and nobody wants to watch him. Sorry to tell you, it's just a select few of you haters. As you can see, there's proof that he has the #1 ratings in any fight on ESPN this year and on the top 3 ratings since 2022. And to all you haters who want to escalate that hate outside of the ring, I'm Shakir manager. I handle all his business outside of the ring. In other words, Cam and Mase, I will fade you all his shots and take all bets." And then we got Cam and Mase response right here.
Jay Prince has a message for both of y'all with your comments after what you guys had to say about Shakur. He said, "Numbers don't lie, haters do. Let their haters say that he's boring and nobody wants to watch him. Sorry to tell you, it's just a select few of you haters. As you can see, there's proof that he has the #1 ratings in any fight on ESPN this year, the top 3 ratings since 2022. And to all of you haters who want to escalate that hate outside of the ring, I'm Shakur's manager and I handle all his business outside of the ring. In other words, Cam and Mase, I will fade all his shots and take all bets."
Yeah, chill, killer. I got this one. I got this one.
All right, go ahead.
I got this one. You gonna take all his fades and take all his shots, and you handle everything out the ring. All right. So then we talking to you then, all right? We starting with you. Since you the big homie, we starting with you. That's how it goes around here. I want to just start off by saying you are so like lacking self-awareness. Like when you give such a lackluster performance and then you think you can make threats to people because you gave a lackluster performance, pause. You don't have the right to tell me what I should like or to tell Cam what he should like. That's not your place. Like art is subjective, right? So if art is subjective and I don't like something, you can't really get mad at us because we don't like something. And you're standing there with two Hall of Fame boxers that are constantly letting their hands go. So I think is crazy that Andre Ward let his hands go. Terrence Crawford definitely let his hands go. And then you walk out with these boxers and you don't tell the next guy to let his hands go. This is a lapse of judgment. And I'm going to tell you another thing. When you're dealing with older people, they're the last to know that things have changed. We not your little niggas. Like the way you talk it, I don't get what you mean. We're not your little niggas. Like for real, all that big homie stuff, that's for little niggas. Little niggas have big homies. We're not little niggas, so we don't even respect big homies. I know Killer doesn't, and for me, I never respected niggas in the streets. That's why I always got the problems I got. Niggas would tell me, Mase, chill. No, chill for what? Who is this nigga? That's how I feel listening to this, man. Like, I want to respect you, but I can't. And I'm going to tell you why. Because if I got a little, like the dudes that raised me, if I was out of pocket, they would tell me I'm out of pocket. They wouldn't let me put them on a crash out mission. They would say, yo, Mase, listen. Around here, we don't send niggas to do nothing for us. We don't pay niggas to handle our problems. You got to put in your own work around here, Lord, man. That's what you were supposed to tell them. You can't go out here and talk crazy and then send me on a mission. Nah, this is where the game got messed up. When young niggas started sending old niggas out, and just because this little ignorant nigga got a few dollars, he make all of you that's supposed to be real run after his mission. This is a problem, Jay Prince. And I'm going to tell you like this. If you're 60 years old and you trying to be a street nigga, you failed. You failed. I'm telling you this. And I stand, my name is Mase. I stand by this message.
So, JR, let me get this right. They got a sports podcast and they simply did sports commentary on a sport. And the manager of the boxer came at him with some street shit for making a comment.
There's being extra though. There's being extra though. They was acting like they was falling asleep, watching the fight and all of that. Made it all dramatic and made it look extra corny. They was going hard, bro. They was going hard.
Hold on. Shakur responded to them and threatened them that he would get in the ring with me and start talking greasy. And then on their show, they said, "We not fighting you. I'm with the Pokin and you know what's up. We gonna do the street stuff." That's when Jay Prince replied.
Oh, so there's some context missing here. Okay.
Yeah.
So Kenny and Trev, who drew first blood? Was it them making a commentary on the fight?
That's what they're supposed to do. They said it was boring.
Yeah.
Got it. And so then the fighter himself clapped back at them. And
talk about step in the ring with me, trying to talk.
Step in the ring with me, let's box and all that.
Pretty
then
much
they
paraphrasing.
came back to the fighter and was like, "Oh nigga, we not boxing, we poking holes or we using long distance fucking hole punches, whatever the fuck they went there with. So they went to the street first. Is that what you're saying, Kenny?
Yeah, but he threatened them, talking about
With
stepping the
boxing.
ring or whatever, and he called them some expletives.
Yeah,
So
but
they
I mean, I've
responded.
seen Mayweather do that before with an old white man. So I got it. But who went to the streets first? That's all I want to know.
Shakur was implying like I could come handle y'all.
Oh shit. All right. And so then so this is between them, and then somehow Jay Prince jumped in.
That's his fighter. He manages him.
Damn. I'm wondering if Chris Brown, if the game, if they got into a beef with somebody, would Whack 100 jump in? Or would Whack let Chris and the game and Ray J handle their own beef? I guess my question is, should Jay Prince just have shut the fuck up and just kept it quiet?
Yes.
Or was Jay Prince justified in his response? That's what I'd like to know from y'all.
No.
He should.
Hey, but wait, Whack 100 managed Chris Brown? I knew about Ray J and Blueface. Oh, that's bad.
Yeah. So look, so Shannon, I think Jay Prince, he kind of been
I
missing.
got that wrong. I meant Blueface. I'm sorry. Really.
Yeah. He been missing
Chris Brown.
He had an air of like he was mysterious, right? Where you kind of respected some of the way he moved in the past, him writing a book on respect, and he kind of carried like a heavyweight kind of belt of being like an OG. Him being on the internet has made him look goofier than anything. He been putting his nose in business that really don't concern him, trying to big homie people, and it didn't always go the way he thought, taking credit for things that not necessarily he should have been trying to take credit for, involving himself in shit. It seemed like it was like a publicity thing. And, you know, there's no disrespect to that man, but the caliber of man that I see him for, I don't think he would be discussing his private issues in public. That's not really how the people that's not the type of person I am. If I got an issue with you, I'm going to hit your line, or if it's going to be that, I'll catch you when it's that. I'm not going to broadcast it to the social media so 1.9 million people can see that, hey, I catch you with smoke on site. No, that's what you don't say less. It's up when I see you. You know what it is. You know what you did, and vice versa. But the way he moving and trying to check people on, that shit ain't never gonna work. It's never gonna work. It's never gonna work. Hold on.
The bad part about this, Shannon, was that was a teachable moment for Jay Prince to get his fighter in line. But you're at 60 some odd years trying to do this gangster thing, and it didn't work out well with Whack. It didn't work out well with Top Dog. It didn't work out well with other dudes that wasn't scared when the challenge was presented. You understand? Shakur was out of line. So what? You're going to hear a lot of people critique your style. It is boring. You don't fight. He didn't want to fight that Spanish cat that was whipping up on him again. You want the big fight. They made a reference, oh, you with two OGs, you with Buck Crawford, you with the other one. I can't skips my mind right now. Why you not throwing your hands?
Oh, so so you basically Shakur can't even sell seats, is what you're saying. He can't even move tickets. He's a boring fighter.
He's not Gervonta Davis level. And they tried to use the ESPN numbers, that those were the highest, but that was free. So who ain't gonna watch a free fight? You can't use that to prop up your stats.
Yeah, everybody gonna watch it if it's free.
If it's free. And the indicative point was when you saw people walking out. And that's a fact, right, Sweeney? They were walking out.
No, they were walking out. They were walking out. It was boring. I wouldn't watch him fight, to be honest. But even though that, right? I understand how commentators could be. But it was bad. It was bad. They really went in on him. But listen, if you're giving out boring fights, you got to expect that. But like I said, Cam and Mase took it to the next level when they did not in the studio. They did a separate video where they were just like had the fight playing and acting like they were sleeping, different positions, just really dramatized it crazy.
How's that extra mile trolling? How's that? How does trolling warrant a gangster response?
It didn't warrant a gangster response.
That's what he probably did.
It didn't warrant. But he didn't really come. You think he really came gangster though? I mean, he did. He did say it was they ain't legends. And they washed up now. They doing podcasts because he felt the weight. There ain't no way to justify that. That was corny. That was corny.
Y'all telling me Stephen A. Smith hasn't done worse to somebody in the NBA back in the day?
Yeah,
I never saw him do a dramatization, but he did that to the Cowboys.
Trev,
he do it to the Cowboys. Yeah,
is that off brand?
He do it to the Cowboys.
Is that off brand?
No, absolutely not. That's how they are.
Time, right? Exactly.
That's how they are. Yeah.
So for him to react,
he felt the way about it. He felt the way about it. I don't think he should have reacted to it. He should have just let him talk. And Jay Prince definitely had no place in the matter at all. He should have absolutely just checked homie like, yo, Dig, this ain't a good look for you. Chill out.
It sounds like you are saying that they went too far. That's what I'm getting from you. That's the sentiment I'm getting from you.
Yeah, I think
set up his offense.
I think they kind of there you go. Yeah, look at this shit.
Oh, that's a good one too. Man, he put that right hand out there. Third round. Went to the body on the inside against Hartunian. Two-punch combination from Shakur. There's a short right hand up top. And then he splits the guard. Then he finishes down to the body.
Poor Stevenson. Yeah, he's so boring.
From our crew.
And look at the defense.
Right in front.
Right in front. Yeah, not
you
running.
Said he's not running.
Hurt him with that body shot.
He hurt him with that body shot.
Yeah, he did. To slow those legs down. He's not bouncing around. He's not as fidgety as he once was. Now he in there. He on survival mode now. Mountain. Whoa, what a big shot.
Short left.
This short shot.
Solid short shot combination.
You got to continue to get more consistent with that work.
Oh, there's the left hand to the body.
All right, Hartunian's he's on the track meet. He's the one with the track shoes now, right?
Hartunian trying to survive Shakur here. Another body shot. Good combination from Steven.
Hartunian's still strong. But you either got to create your offense off your jab test.
All in favor of
Come on.
unanimous decision. And still, WBC lightweight champion of the world, Shakur Stevenson.
So you mad because somebody said your fight boring? Your fight boring.
Yeah, cut it out, man.
Hey, yo.
You tweaking. Talking about they took it too far, man. That's no different than the skits. What's old boy name? Michael Smith and Jamil Hill used to do. That's no different.
Yeah, man. Like, dude reacted.
That was funny.
Hey, come on,
it was funny as hell. It was funny as hell. But I mean, that'd get me mad as hell if I was a fighter
like that, bro. Like,
so he got home. He watched this. He heard what they said. He saw this shit. He got mad. He said, "Well, y'all niggas, what's up? You get in the ring, or I'll come see you, or whatever." Blah blah blah. And then niggas just clapped back, and then Jay Prince jumped in.
Right.
Got it.
That was some goofy shit. You gonna get mad because somebody said your fight boring? Your fight boring.
You should read some of these comments that we be getting on YouTube. Shit.
Right. That's how you know a motherfucker gonna lose eventually. Like he gonna start losing a whole bunch of fighters. That's how thin skinned you are.
That's a bar.
How weak you are that you out here reacting to motherfuckers just saying your fight boring.
That's a bar.
I can only imagine when you actually face a motherfucker, you gonna fold like a goddamn fucking folding chair. Like
people need to understand how to capture
like a folding chair. Really, Sweeney, you couldn't think of nothing else.
I couldn't, bro. I could. I swear, I tried.
Chicago.
Damn, Sweeney.
I tried, dog.
So I'm alone on this. Nobody thought that was a little extra. I'm not saying it warranted the response. No, the response was corny no matter what. But y'all don't think that was a little over the top?
No, I thought that it was gonna be something that was gonna be like, mid normal, like a camera angle. The fact that they got it from the security camera makes it that much more fun, that much funnier.
You want to know how I know that it wasn't over the top, Trev? Because you laughed. If your ass was sitting there straight
Look,
face,
I thought it was funny as hell.
Ignorant as hell.
I went over the top because that shit was funny as hell. It was funny. It was funnier than that fight.
That's some ignorant ass shit, bro.
Funnier than that fight.
That shit was staged, yo.
Yeah, the fact that they got it set up like it's a security camera is fucking hilarious.
Oh yeah.
That makes it even funnier. Without doubt.
Because you know damn well no security camera be that clear.
Come on,
I don't know how they studio set up, but I'm gonna assume they had a couch or somewhere in there they could have laid on if they were really tired.
Hey, the fact that they had old girl sitting in the corner just as bored.
Was that baby stat or whatever the name is?
And you got to take into consideration. Remember, these guys signed an 8-figure deal for their podcast, which could be anything above $10 million. So we know it's at least 10 million and up. It could be $99 million. It could be just 10 million. But they got to deliver. And since this is an unfettered, uncensored podcast, it's not like they have to watch their words. This is not ESPN. They cuss, say nigga, fuck, bitch. They do all kind of stuff. Sometimes you got to jump the shark. You know what that means, Viz. So when they jump the shark, they do shit like this. So Trev, was it too much for their show? That's what I think Rilla is asking you. Was it off brand for their show?
No, I don't think so at all. No. Not off brand. That's right up their alley. Pause.
You won't see Shaq doing that shit on fucking or you know what I'm saying?
On TNT, yeah, he's not gonna do that.
Yeah, on TNT, but these dudes on
Hey,
YouTube.
I don't know. Shaq might pull something like that.
Hey, JR,
maybe.
How many views did that video get?
Hold on, let me see.
Yeah, the security.
It was definitely funny as hell, man. It was funny as hell, but
it was 549,000.
How many views did that fight get?
I don't know.
So 500,000 views on that video. I mean, listen, I get it. The argument that the fighter had was, you know, what's up? Don't be talking shit about me. That's how a lot of people. I don't follow professional sports. I told you guys how I feel about that, but I do know that Stephen A. Smith is apparently a polarizing guy, and there's a lot of athletes that don't like him or don't like what he's said about them during their playing years and shit like that. And so they go back and forth.
Kwame Brown.
All of them you can name. I don't know who, but I just know that Stephen A. Smith now he's asking for $90 million. And so these guys is probably trying to set their situation up so they can be on that level. But to have Jay Prince, you know, Jay Prince calls Mase and Camron haters. It's almost like, yo, you know, where's your media training? You're supposed to know when to capitalize off of a certain thing so you can turn around and get the sales on the next show. So nobody's walking out on a free fucking fight. And that's where I think Jay Prince dropped the ball. I get it that maybe managers should probably stick up for their artists and be the mouthpiece for their artists in these situations, but to go gangster with it, it's like, come on, man. And when their first blow wasn't gangster-ish, I think I think in my personal opinion, Jay Prince dropped the ball on that one.
This nigga was getting booed in his own hometown. Do you know how sorry your fight have to be for you to get booed in your own hometown?
What's his hometown?
Shit, where is he from?
Jersey.
Like that nigga.
What? He from Jersey? Damn, he repping Jersey like that?
From Newark.
Look, oh shit!
This nigga got booed, and they was walking out on this fight in his own city.
Now I feel real bad.
That's worth the jokes alone.
I didn't know he was from my city, man. That's crazy.
That's what Cam them said.
Don't switch up now.
I think Cam said something about don't nobody in Jersey know him.
And that's
so. I heard him say fight in Newark and he would knock his head into Irvington. I remember that, but I didn't know that he was literally from Newark though. I didn't know that's why they made that reference.
That's even worse. Like the fact that we talking about somebody that you don't even know is around the corner from you right now. I mean, that's all.
Well, no, I don't live in Newark no more, but you know, I definitely left that region a while ago.
Do you know how much material? Do you know how much material you can write on a nigga boxing and get booed out of his own city? Like, imagine if what's the old boy name who boxed down
Newark's
here in
a
Dallas?
tough crowd.
What's the old boy name? He just fought Terrence Crawford. Like, imagine Terrence Crawford getting booed out of Nebraska.
Spence?
Yeah. Imagine Errol Spence getting booed in Dallas. Hey, shit, he deserved every joke he got. When you get booed in your own city, you deserve every joke you get.
Well, look, aside from that though, like this thing, and shout out to Mase, man. Like I just, you know, I got a different level of respect for dude, man. The call out on Jay Prince at 60 being a gangster, dude. You still out here trying to play like you boogeyman and stuff like that, fam. It's just like, you know, you fail. Like that's crazy. That's a crazy bar, you know. And MoCats need to be calling out that type of behavior because it's a lot of failed gangsters at 60s. Most people that's approaching that age is trying to tell you how to get out the game. Don't come that route, man. Don't carry yourself like that. Whoop-de-woo. You know what I'm saying? Hove did that so you wouldn't have to go through that, right? Shout out to Mase, man.
Hey, really, to make it even worse, like as a parent, when you think about like what somebody in that situation would think about, like, damn, I don't want my kids to see this as my representation. So I'm trying to put forth an image that they can graft onto and be better than me by seeing me in this light. To constantly paint yourself like that, and I get sometimes the shit might slip out, but it should be in your best interest to always try and appear not to be like the thing you don't want your kids to become. Because then you have situations like that takeoff situation, where his son trying to make sure they know, oh yeah, I'm like my father, I'm with the shits, woo woo. Not knowing his father might have been in a situation where he felt he had to be that way, and then he matured past it to try and outthink and, you know, remain stoic so he can get up in and out of situations the right way. Because I seen this happen a lot of times where the kids will look up to their father, want to be just like him, and they'll be going on dummy missions just based off of nothing other than I want to make my father proud because he with the gangster shit and I'm not. So I need to at least catch a body. I need to at least catch a charge. I need to at least do XYZ so niggas can respect me outside. When you don't got to go through none of that. You don't got to go through none of that at all.
That flick that Bo Deal just did, that was based off of that, you know, that same concept where I got to fill my daddy's shoes, and you know, whole time like, hey, the game completely different out here. So you playing with fire like that, these shorties.
Remember he tried the little boy NBA young boy with that chain situation in New York, right? And what's crazy is NBA young boy was like, man, I don't give a fuck about that chain, man. Don't ever call no internet talking to me like that. I ain't no internet. Like he was crazy. Hit Jay Prince saying, yeah, young fella, I got your chain back, and you know you well taken care of it. Come see me to get it. You know what I'm saying? You come see me to get it. Like NBA young, like you got my number and all that. Woo woo. Like like these young boys ain't going for it, man. That's why I say when you out here and I'm chopping, and you got like, listen, I don't chop with every young blood in Chicago, man. I know who to approach and how to approach. You understand what I'm saying? Because a lot of these cats, they don't want to hear it. They ain't going for it.
Really, it's people in the city who got held hostage, who got robbed, who been in shootings and all types. They never make the news. Don't nobody know about it. They done handle all of that stuff behind the scenes. They done paid people who they needed to pay, and then people just kept moving however they was gonna move. This whole put your business on front. They had this thing that, I know this off topic, but I low key feel like the popularization of the drill movement increased the murder rate for no apparent reason, because start playing this face card game and all this other stuff. When it was gang, has always been a thing.
It really spiked during when Gucci Mane came out with pills with the Exxon. Is you rolling? When that came out,
it's that 20.
That's when it spiked.
So they had a couple websites dedicated to like who got how many bodies, because they was keeping score.
Yeah.
Like DJ Academics was coming up. They was keeping score in the city and then instigating from a distance, and then found a way to like monetize beef in the hood. When
that shit was wild, bro.
And
that
and
shit was wild.
remember when I was talking about this? I was at a barbecue the other day, and the shorty, his parents was like A-OK with him out here, you know what I'm saying, being on Adam 22 and all these little XYZs on Front Street promoting their son. And I'm like, I don't see him, you know what I'm saying, another 10 years. Like, that's what you get from doing that. Like, people is pushing that agenda for it, and it's okay with it. Like, I damn wish they could have stayed broke. I hate to put that on somebody, but if you can only get paid from beefing with people, I prefer you stay broke than to get rich doing that bullshit and making the neck. Even if you do succeed, you done probably sentence 1,000 other kids to death just by promoting it. This how they gonna get paid.
Hey, Marcus, you know who worse than Jay Prince though? Suge Knight. Like, that nigga to me is worse.
Not no more.
Like, nigga, you locked up still talking shit. Nigga, do your time and shut up, bro.
I don't know. Suge was actually, you know what I'm saying, like he was making motion. Prince make motions for sure. He definitely plugged. But Suge just went about it a completely different way. Like how they Marcus, I think Marcus said it earlier. You know, back in the day, you saw Prince, but you ain't hear Prince like that. We saw Suge and heard Suge, you know what I'm saying? So with Prince was like, he was like, man, he was one of them guys where it was just like his name carried weight. But now
I'm just simply speaking on the current climate where, like, bro, you passed your prime, ain't nobody trying to hear all that, and you still out here trying to play, you know what I mean? Oh, I'm still trying to be in that culture. It's like, bro, like shit, like just like even like Jay Prince, like, bro, you you 60 years old. Suge, you damn near 60 your damn self, and you locked up. Nigga, do your time and be quiet. You over here leaving voice messages, taunting niggas on the and voicemails and shit. Like, nigga, sit down, do your time, and shut up. Ain't that how you wound up where you at to begin with?
Man, that's who he is.
And this wasn't both of them niggas ball players.
You said who?
Wasn't both of them niggas ball players?
No, Suge was.
I know.
Yeah, Suge
Jay
played
Prince was a baseball player.
I ain't never hear that.
Yeah, I think he was a professional baseball player.
Yeah, but just really quick to Marcus' point though, Viz, he got a point with them shorties because remember they was that era to me. It was like they was manufactured. Well, I know some of it was like real live beef, but they was keeping score, and a lot of them was. Man, that's just crazy. I think about so much young talent that we lost, that they going out here, you know, pulling these maneuvers and then rapping about it. Like, you literally trying to see your way to Statesville.
Said, oh boy,
giving up the whole play. Oh yeah, he just got his.
The fact that he even had a song and people normalized and made a trend out of him dissing somebody that, you know what I'm saying, that
bro, they done forgot about him already, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's the sad part, right? They go out here and they pull these maneuvers, and I'm in particular thinking about Young Pappy, right? That kid had a future, right? And you pulling these maneuvers, and then what you say, they get changed.
They get changed,
and next week nobody even think about you, fam. It's
just
crazy.
like that.
It's tough.
Look, so instigating always been an issue. That's one of the reasons we dislike academics so much here. All the instigating he was doing, but the way social media and it's people doing documentaries on hood politics that's never been to the city or even the country of America. They doing documentaries on it and getting on. You say what?
His name Trap Law something. The English guy.
Yeah.
He was just here in New York on Matt Hoffa show, talking about that. Talking about he doesn't take any responsibility for anything. He was just being a meteorologist, a journalist.
Yeah, they just try to say they're journalists.
That's not how the hood works. Like, look, if you listen to somebody, if two people get in an argument and you go back and tell everybody that they got in an argument, you part of that situation at that point. Because you now instigating the other, like, man, he beat it. Like if me, you, and Sweeney in the room and Sweeney beat me up, and then you go tell everybody on the panel that Sweeney beat me up, you have forced me into a situation where I got to defend myself now. I can't just take the L. Now I'm getting teased and ridiculed, and it's going further and further.
Yeah, the internet. Yeah,
What you gonna do, M.Y.? What you gonna do, M.Y.?
Marcus said, now I got to make an example of you for.
And he ain't gonna be able to do it with his hands because I already proved he can't do that. So what do you think he gonna do? No, that's real life. Like if I done already proved he can't do it with his hands, so he gonna show up and be like.
What's crazy though, old boy from No Jumper, I had just seen it in my time feed.
Yeah,
but he had
Adam 22 is the devil.
Yeah, Adam 22. He interviewed old boy that unalive Pop Smoke. You know what I'm saying? And he was getting yeah, and it's like we live in an era where incriminating yourself is cool. You know what I'm saying? Incriminating yourself is like this thing for clout. You know what I'm saying? What people is looking for, and it's like, bro, shut the fuck up. Like, what is you doing?
No, Viz, actually, nope. That's exactly what we want these dumb motherfuckers to do. No, I want you to speak. That's called.
It's making it worse though, bro. Like I would agree with
incrimination.
Yeah,
but if he didn't say nothing, we wouldn't know it was him.
But it don't. But the thing is that
no, he already did his time.
Oh,
that's why he was on attitude. Yeah, he's
okay.
out.
Oh, well,
yeah,
that's corny. I don't want.
He got super short time, Viz, for that.
Like how was he out? You know what I'm saying? Like
they gave him juvenile life and he got released.
Yeah,
21.
You sure,
bro?
Yeah,
I didn't tell on nobody.
Of course,
he got juvenile life.
Hey, Kenny, you know it's California, bro. You know they lean in as hell on certain shit.
True.
Yeah, he got out at like 18. I think how old is he now? Like 22 or something like that.
I don't know. That was my first time seeing him.
Yeah, he say I don't regret nothing.
Adam 22 is corny as fuck for that. That's corny as shit.
But Colin, he'll never have to take responsibility for it. And guess what? And this is the one part that's kind of messed up, because people who achieve a particular type of fame and notoriety that way breeds more people that want to do that same thing.
Exactly.
Like Marcus was saying, how academics is he ain't never set foot in Chicago that I know of, right? And he's not well liked here, right? But you know what? You get cats like Lil Reese who give him a pass. Who else? Somebody else went up there too. I know it wasn't Vic Miss, because Vic Miss wanted to slap the taste out of his mouth.
Like I did an interview. I think he did an interview with people.
Right.
Yeah, like with street cred.
Right. And so
that's part of like Lil Durk camp.
Well, yeah, I was gonna say, I think he did one with Durk too.
Right. No, that's what I'm saying though, right? So you people who see that then want to emulate those said behaviors to get the same notoriety, and they do anything for clout.
You know also know what is Rilla? You know what else it is, Rilla? That's how it shows me there ain't no money up there for real. It shows me real quick, like y'all ain't making no money for real. Because if you gotta go to, because Adam, the only reason why you would go up there and talk is because Adam 22 or what's the other dude named Vlad that pays you. Vlad pays you some bread to come on this show and talk shit and self.
Ain't paying them little jokers though.
Yeah,
it's free advertisement too for them, though. You know what I'm saying? So even if they are that type of person, they're gonna feel comfortable with going on there and saying it. What was old boy name? What was old boy name from the band that did one with I think with Vlad just recently?
Vlad claimed he don't pay no people.
No, I know he pay. I know he.
No, they don't have to pay, but it's media. It's almost like somebody going down to the Breakfast Club. You know what I mean? Like, so that's their version of media, and it'll help. It promotes you, because there'd be a lot of people who don't know who you are, and then all of a sudden, now they know who you are. Everybody's talking about you, buzzing. Now your Instagram going up. You getting more engagement. People listening to your streams more. Oh, they want to hear you talk about how you off somebody. on your record and then went to their grave site and did whatever you did over there and disrespected them. Like that's the culture now, and it's corny as hell. And you snitching on yourself, and you think that there's any type of longevity to it. I don't understand it, but you know, this where we at right now.
I think Vlad TV definitely pays. He definitely pays.
I don't know who doesn't specific. I wouldn't either way. But I know the driving force of that is the attention, the notoriety. You paying for that. People know you, and that's what they consider to be publicity. And which, like Marcus said earlier, you can monetize it. Everybody's getting paid. So regardless if there's a hand-to-hand exchange, it ain't gonna be that much. I can tell you that right now. They don't. Anybody who I've ever known to pay for or got interviews like. So a lot of anything outside of the Breakfast Club and like in the New York area. Kenny probably familiar with it too. You could pay like $1,500 and get on a lot of people's shows, right? If you're not popping, if you are popping, then you're not paying. So
yeah,
and sometimes
Charleston White definitely getting a bag off of.
Well, he's charging like I know he was charging $10,000 at one point. He might have went up since, but he was getting a bag, which is a different type dude now. It's not just like an interview. Like these dudes is gonna get. He's pretty much guaranteed to give you a certain amount of views, and then you could repurpose it, clip it up all crazy, and then really get your shit off. So he's going. If you have a decent sized channel, you're likely gonna get your money back.
Hey, did you guys hear about that story about that girl that she went on saying how she unalived her ex?
Yeah, she was celebrating his death with a RIP fake headstone.
Yeah,
and she was opening up a beauty supply.
You should have never played with me, because then I gotta take it to the 3rd degree. You know, like, so when I look at this little tombstone, I be like, man, it's crazy. So September 23rd is like the day I dropped Pondom Top. You know what I'm saying? So I had to put that on there. Well, not really. Really, it's 3 years ago I dropped Pondom Top. It's like the anniversary, and I just happen to have court on this day. Everything just came together. So I got this to be extra fucking childish, making families mad. And oh well, because they ain't gonna do shit about it.
Smoking on that Axwood pack.
Oh yeah, you know it. Matter of fact,
that's how you
I
get
got
murdered.
the smoke on this dick.
Female rapper was killed in a shooting in Oakland. This was Saturday during the grand opening of a beauty store. Another person was injured. Police are still trying to find the shooter. Cron 4's Sarah Stinson has that story.
Family and friends gathered outside Glamour Beauty Supply in Oakland Sunday, many in tears as they paid tribute to local female rapper and entrepreneur Tanda God. They confirmed to Cron 4 she was shot and killed at a grand opening event for the beauty store Saturday. Tan posted on Instagram just before the shooting.
Here, I got Granny in a cut. Don't play with it.
She also promoted the event a week before, saying she would be at Glamour Beauty for a meet and greet. Shots rang out at the strip mall on 40th Street and Telegraph Avenue around 5 p.m. People ran into this donut shop to take cover.
I heard some shooting. I thought it was part of like their music or...
A man who works there who does not want to be identified.
How do you understand something? After what y'all saying happened to Nipsey Hussle out there, bro, how do you go out there and do stupid shit like that?
Nip was a whole completely different.
It's like with Nip, you saw a man who can get touched, who was loved by his community, and he was able to get touched. And you go out there and you antagonize people, and you think you can just that you're gonna be able to walk free, that you're gonna be able to live the rest of your life like you thought. That shit's wild to me, man. I don't
advertising your whereabouts.
Like you don't talk to people that you fuck over. You just don't. You don't taunt the motherfuckers you fuck over, and then think you ain't gonna have to look over your shoulder.
there was a guy that went on Vlad's. I think he was a rapper or something. Him and his girl had got robbed. Two people tried to rob him.
PNB Rock.
No. There's somebody else. I don't know who it was.
Cat.
Little
And
light
he was
skinned
doing an
dude.
interview, and then it was
He
the
went and-
Mercedes Benz he was driving, and they came up, followed him, and offed him.
PNB Rock.
No, that wasn't PNB Rock, bro.
It was another cat.
It was another cat. Him and his girl got they tried to rob him at his house. They set him up to do a song, a feature. He said somebody came in, tried to rob him. They ended up getting into a big brawl. He unalived like two of them or something like that. Went on, I think Vlad did an interview with Vlad. The next day after they aired it, they changed him. He on there, he talking about it, he bragging about it, man. He woo and touched him the next day.
I don't know if anybody ever lost anybody to gun violence, but when somebody get taken away from you, if you have not went and tried to get your lick back, you struggling with that the entire time before something happened to that person. Like it's something you battling that every second that you think about that person. And then somebody taunt you, that's the thing that's gonna push you over the edge if you're not already there.
Yeah.
Like people just don't understand like there's consequences behind the stuff you do. Your words matter, and just because somebody ain't out here wolfing and doing all this other stuff don't necessarily mean that they won't get up with you. It's just I don't get people in this day and age. They value their life.
Marcus, bro, that shit's crazy to me, man. How you can go out there and think you can just walk safely in the world and think you can't be touched, taunting people. I don't know how you don't think you can't be touched. And nowadays, people don't care if what you did was justified or not. They don't care if their cousin did something to you or not. But when you took them out the game, they don't care. So for you to go out,
and you put your family at risk too, because you could be in hiding. But I'm gonna keep it real. Man, Joe, it get wicked. If you did something to my people and I cannot get up with you, hypothetically, Joe, it could get wicked. Like anybody that's attached to you can understand why and how I feel about it. You're gonna feel this some way or another. And there's a lot of people moving like that.
Like what's that rapper Breezy? I think Brazy, and they burnt down his grandmother's house with his
Honeycomb Braids. They went and shot his people's house up, blew it up with his grandparents in there.
With his grandparents in there.
Bullet hit the oxygen tank. Yeah, and it burnt the house down. It exploded.
Couple years ago in Chicago, there was this one guy. He not even a rapper or nothing. He go to his op's grave, make a video, post it on social media, him pissing on the grave. You know what I'm saying?
Isn't that what Julio did?
I don't know. I don't know if Julio did that, but he do this, and of course now them boys on him. They catch him at McDonald's with his daughter in the car. They spray the car up, kill his daughter. Everybody defending him, saying, "Oh well, he forgetting the fact that he even pissed on." You know what I'm saying? Like I don't know, man. We live in a weird generation where because at one point you respected the dead, and if you did have a beef with somebody, you definitely weren't putting it on social media where you pissing on their grave and saying I'm smoking a such and such pack, and you know what I'm saying, like that shit to the extreme now.
Yeah, you talking about the McDonald's thing? That was on Roosevelt and Kedzie. That's where I'm from. Like right over.
Who was the old boy that said that it was them two rappers? What was his name? Like J something or JP or J Peanut or whatever the hell his name was. What was it, Marcus?
What'd you say?
What was the one that got shot because he was he had taunted one of his ops? Like,
Yeah,
another
all
rapper
of
was taunting.
What you talking about? They was off Eberhard. You talking about who was around them?
What was his name, like Junior or something like that? What was his name?
No, you talking about it's a real nigga party. You cannot get in. Them. No,
that's
FBG Duck now.
No,
Yeah.
before that. It was before them. It was during that Chief Keef rise.
JoJo. You talking about Lil JoJo?
Yeah.
Lil JoJo. Yeah.
He dissed the whole gang, a whole nation.
We cracking trays, bitch on BDK. You talking about all of that?
Oh my man, y'all. Hey, this shit's wild, bro.
It's no respect.
Like, and the internet, and what they don't realize is that the internet lasts forever. So you can't hide it. Once they know you said it, you can't say I didn't say it. The internet lasts forever. So when they come see you.
But you see people who's not even really with the shits doing that. Like you'll see Neon talking crazy. He got checked on the street one time. I don't know if y'all familiar with Neon. He's I guess one of the top 5 streamers on the planet right now. And he got pressed right in the middle of the street, man. They don't be caring. That's a lot of people who are not anywhere near that life that are talking crazy to people who are really gangsters and then just out here walking around thinking that it's cool just for clicks and views. But you're going to get some issues that spill over into your real life beyond the screen.
The one person that pissed me off that did not get touched,
6ix9ine.
I swear to God, bro. I'm like,
yeah, he was going hard.
This
yo.
fool. I was so mad when that dude showed up to Chicago and he ain't get touched, bro.
Sweeney. He was gonna get touched when the FBI saved him, when it was gonna super violate him. He escaped when they was gonna do something because he got this track star speed when they had him in the vehicle in New York.
No, this was afterwards. This is after all that.
Yeah, but I'm saying, you saying he didn't get touched. He got roughed up by one of them those goons named Harv that used to be with Shotty. And he was able to get out the car somehow, and he did like the 60-yard dash.
But Sweeney, when he came to the crib, what time did he come?
Oh yeah, he came during the time with nobody outside,
right?
With nobody in the vicinity,
right?
Like the street lights was,
and he had the president.
And he probably sat there and waited till the coast was clear. The only thing he needed was the picture, but people from Chicago know they weren't active at that time. It had to be probably like 4, 5 in the morning or something.
I was
he went to that restaurant on Ashland. It's some Latin Kings and some Spanish disciples that be over there. They would have got up with his ass, but he clean got up out of there. He was posting afterwards. I mean, he was moving smart enough for what he was doing. Like you want to
troll.
Smart Marcus, hey Sweeney, Marcus be knowing where all the guys is at, man. Yeah, some VLs over there. It's some Stones over that way. Stay out from over there on Escanaba, man, because the GDs be on.
Hey, he a smart ass troll though, because his ass made sure he did the one thing. Rule numero uno. You post where you was, not where you at.
No, he ain't smart because you know what? He taking advantage of the fact that, like, I think Viz was saying earlier, ain't no laws out here, man. Ain't no laws. They all renegades. You ask any of these, most of them cats can't spit no lit or nothing, man.
So
you know what I'm saying? So
that spot called the Hollywood Grill. I used to drop my homie Dre off. He from over there after practice. So they have one way. You'll go down the one way, and then I drop him off, and then you got to come back up through the other one way to get back on Ashland. But the trick is, it'd be about 20 motherfucking Mexicans in the garage. And as soon as you come up the one way this way, they spot you. And then when you come and when you stop the light or the stop sign there, they're going to up the pole on you. You either got to run that light or get cool with them. They upped on me and him. I'm in the car like, oh, shit.
I told y'all Marcus was a little gangster.
Nigga, I'm talking about dropping somebody off from basketball practice, bro.
No, he was a little gangbanger.
Nah, it was the hooper that was participating.
Hold on, y'all. I'm about to end this stream. Hit the like button. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. We out on King Talk.